My shit is on one. My shit is on one. Hi, I'm live. I don't know why it's fucking pixelated like that. Hi, Michelle's daughter. They said I have some type of fucking slow whatever the fuck. Hi. I know I'm like 15 minutes late. I just had the most stressful 15 minutes of my life. Where's my alcohol? Hold on. I just had the most stressful 15 minutes of my life. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Remy. Hi, Roderick. Hi, tarot student. Hi. I see everybody. I know I'm 15 minutes late. I just had the most stressful 15 minutes of my life. I really wanted a chocolate cake donut from 7-Eleven. Hi, soybeans. Hi, Sketchnificent. I see you. I really wanted a chocolate cake donut from 7-Eleven. For some reason, I don't think they sell those anymore. Every single time I try to go to a 7-Eleven, I've been to like several 7-Elevens at this point, and they never have them. So I was like, well, let me just get whatever. I just got like some other shit. Some other fucking donut shit there and a cup of coffee. So I'm on my way to 7-Eleven to get to try to get the chocolate fucking cake donut, which they ended up not even having. My phone fell. You guys know how like when the phone like falls under the seat? It was like a mission. That shit fell into the upside down. That shit fell into Narnia. It took me like 15-20 minutes. I got back home from 7-Eleven. I was like, okay, I'll be like right on time to start. I got back home from 7-Eleven. I spent 15-20 minutes fucking looking for the phone. I was like up under the seats. I had all the doors to my car open. I could not find the phone. I was like, where is my phone? I heard it fall. Like, where is my phone? So irritated. We're supposed to be watching a Lowdown Dirty Shame. I also have Harry Potter on though, because they're giving a Harry Potter marathon on USA, I think. They're giving like every single Harry Potter movie. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Starchild. Hi, Roxanne. Y'all are like, where's my fucking alcohol? It's not Honey Jack. It's just regular Jack, but Honey Jack is good too. Hi, Yaba. Breathe and don't let them stress you. It's a conspiracy. It is. Hi, Idle A. I see you. Hi, Ivy. God, I see you. I hate that. One time I dropped my phone under there and was sweating and shit trying to get it out. Right, like it's hot as fuck outside. Like, why have I been standing here for 20 minutes? I'm up under the seats. Like, am I gonna have to like take the whole fucking car apart like a cop searching for some narcotics? Like, where the fuck is the phone? That shit made me so mad. And it made me late. Hate that. It makes you feel like a crazy person. Hi, Ebony. Some of those spaces are legit other realms. Hi. I'm about to just put the Jack Daniels in my fucking coffee. Oh, you were watching it last night? Yeah, I've been watching it all weekend. They started with the first, I just so happened to, like my TV just so happened to be on USA. And, I'm pulling up a little on Dirty Shame, but I'm going to keep Harry Potter on too. I just so happened to have my TV on USA the other day, and the first Harry Potter movie was coming on. And I was like, oh, I'll watch it. And then I watched it, and then like the second one came on, and then like the third one came on. I was like, oh shit, they're giving all of them. Ooh, brownies. Hi, Chatty J, I see you. Hate losing anything. I've considered putting a tracking device. Getting a tracking device put on my keys. Yes, you can make your phone flash when you get alerts. I have my phone on flash. The way you do it is you go on accessibility. If you have an iPhone, you go on accessibility, and then you turn on LED alerts, and then it will flash. when you get any type of alert. I don't like my phone to ring, and I don't like for it to buzz either. I feel like the buzzing wastes battery, and I just hate having my phone ring. So I normally have it on LED alerts. LMFAO just rolls off the tongue. It's not my fault. They're about to put, I think Goblet of Fire just went off, so they're about to put Order of the Phoenix. I think I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is next week. I'm about to put on a Low Down Dirty Shame right now. I am gonna leave Harry Potter on, but I'm gonna also watch Low Down Dirty Shame. I'm about to start it in a minute since I'm fucking late. Because my phone fell into another dimension. It took me 20 minutes to find it. I was so mad. You guys don't understand how angry I was. I was like, I'm not about to let this, like, really, truly enrage me. I'm trying to, like, woosah. I'm trying to, like, woosah my way through it. I'm like, okay, like, I know the phone is in the car. I know the phone is in the car somewhere. All I have to do is find it. Like, don't get angry. Like, don't get angry. Don't get angry. Like, because I started to get fucking furious. I started to just leave it. I was like, I can't leave it, though, because it's, like, really, really, really hot. I don't want to, like, leave the phone in the car. But I'm about to start a Low Down Dirty Shame. No, I didn't skip it. I didn't skip it. I think it's I'm Gonna Get You Sucker next week. Low Down Dirty Shame this week. I still have Harry Potter on. But I'm about to start Low Down Dirty Shame right now. Yeah, they just put on Order of the Phoenix. Somebody said Goblet of Fire was when the Harry Potter movie started getting good. I mean, if you guys want to watch Harry Potter, anybody that has USA, like, we could watch Harry Potter too if y'all want. And then we could do Low Down Dirty Shame next week. And then we could do I'm Gonna Get You Sucker the week after that. That's up to y'all. What do you guys want to do? Anybody that has USA wants to watch it. If that's what you guys want to watch, it's coming on right now. This is the one that has that horrible, horrible, horrible witch fucking Dolores Umbridge. Alright, I see 2 votes for Harry Potter. He's going to kill me. He killed Cedric. Poor Cedric. Cedric deserved better than that. Cedric deserved better than that. As I pour my alcohol in my coffee. Don't drink and drive, kids. Only drink at home. Queen, it looks like you're outvoted. Queen is like, no! God damn it! Queen is like, you guys are voting the wrong way! This is the one where shit really started getting real. Order of the Phoenix. If you guys want to watch this, I'm going to move. Well, no, I guess I don't have to move. Let's roast the Dolores Witch together. I want £1 million, but we can't all get what we want. No, I don't have enough space. I don't have enough space in the cup, Don Dada. Can you see the cup? No, you can't see it. I don't have enough space. I don't have enough space in the cup. I think they are showing, they're giving it with, like, limited commercials, though. They're giving it with, like, limited commercials. Hold on. Let me put my, hold on. Ah, Dementor, Dementor. Somebody said shot. You guys want a shot? Shot. You guys can't hear it though, can you? Cause you know if the audio is too much. Can you guys hear it? Is it like super clear? Harry Potter, Igloo Australia, aka Voldemort's first role. Harry Potter's on TV. It's on TV. You know what, matter of fact, let's not do a little dirty shame because I'm not going to turn Harry Potter off, and I don't know if you guys can hear the audio, and I don't want to do low down dirty shame and then they don't let me post it because you can hear the Harry Potter audio. And I know they're not going to play around with this Harry Potter audio. Even though maybe you can't really hear it. But just in case. Let me see. Oh, Queen, I didn't say hi to you. Hi. JD and coffee. Am I alright? Do I need to talk? Yo, the phone situation really made me angry. LMFAO was hilarious. Literally used that term the whole video. It just worked. The Pottermore test to see what house you're in is pretty fun. I'm in Slytherin, obviously. I feel like that's obvious. Hi, Alex Indigo. LMA name does sound like LMFAO. Hi, James Tyrell. I see you. Roderick, the Pottermore test said you were in Slytherin? I feel like Goblet of Fire is where the movie started getting interesting for me personally. Isn't this one Order of the Phoenix where Voldemort and Dumbledore finally have that fucking wizard? This is like the first time we see a real grown-up wizard duel. Never read the books. What? Dominique is in Slytherin. Remy is a Slytherin. Oh, see, this is why y'all watch my channel. Oh, black people won the World Cup. Oh, who won? Hi, Yumi. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is my favorite. You know, I really like Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, too. I think Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is my favorite, too. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And then Deathly Hallows Part 1, maybe. And then Order of the Phoenix. I don't know. I like the really dark ones that came towards the end. I like Prisoner of Azkaban, too. Alfonso Cuarón is a great director. He also did Gravity and Children of Men, which is a great movie. Children of Men is a great fucking movie if you've never seen it. Pour a little bit out for the homie Cedric. Did anybody say who won? Who won the World Cup? Sounds like me. I'm a Sagittarius. I get pissed at silly shit. Never seen any Harry Potter. That witch scares the fuck out of me. Who, Dolores? Yo, she's a bitch. Oh yeah, USA is a channel. Let's roast the Dolores witch together. Ha! I mean, Owen, you could just watch us talk about it. Broke your computer charger 3 months ago. Just got a new one today. The struggle's been real. How have you been keeping your computer on? Oh, where's Bailey? Oh, hi, Bailey. Harry Potter must be watched in order. I was waiting on some delicious Keenan Ivory and Jada. I mean, I have Low Down Dirty Shame queued up. If y'all want. I mean, we could do both. Why not both? It's up to y'all. But it looked like most people voted for Harry Potter. Oh, no. I tried watching YouTube vids, downloading the app on my phone. Spades is the forbidden game that I should never understand. I don't love spades. I'm not very good at it. And spades is one of those type of games that you can't play with people if you're not good at it. They'll want to fight. I prefer like one-person card games. My favorite card game is Free Cell. And then Uno. Keenan Wayans really put mad people on. Mm. Umbridge was necessary. She's just as evil, if not more so, than Voldemort. Can't have folks thinking the only evil people are Death Eaters. Yo, I agree. She had her little pink shit on, acting like she was so sweet and nice with her kittens and her this and her that. But really, she was a bitch. And she was into dark magic, too, because she made that blood quill, which was like some fucking Avatar, bloodbender, dark magic, dark arts type shit. Like, that was some dark shit. But she acting so nice and sweet and working for the Ministry of Magic infiltrators. Black people don't actually teach you spades. They just roast you for not knowing how to play spades and then proceed to not teach you how to play spades. Exactly. I think Umbridge in her mind would be a Hufflepuff, but she's vicious. She's extremely vicious. Oh, France won. Okay. Alex. All my Gryffindors, where are you at? Can somebody describe what each house in Harry Potter signifies? Hi, the boy in blue. What does each house in Harry Potter signify? Gryffindors are brave and loyal. Hufflepuffs are loyal and shy and caring and nice and sweet. Ravenclaws are really, really smart, but like to the point where they're like overly smart, like on some, I don't give a fuck. If it doesn't make sense logically, I'm not gonna do it. If I wasn't in Slytherin, I'd probably be in Ravenclaw. Like, Ravenclaws be on that, you know, logically, it's for the greater good if I let you die. And you'd be like, no, don't let me die, save me. And they'd be like, no. Our chances of survival are better if we just, like, let you die. And Slytherins are just evil. Psychologically, Umbridge is an abuser. Let's not forget about carving words into their skin, magic or not. I'm deaf a Hufflepuff, haven't took the test, I just know. Fried chicken and Chardonnay on this beautiful Sunday. Prisoner of Azkaban is where the plot really starts. Never read the books either. I feel like a chunk of my childhood is missing. Oh, I read the book several million times. Goblet of Fire has a more mature feel to it. I've read all the books, yeah. I got in a Ravenclaw but rigged my way into Slytherin. I wanted Slytherin, don't judge me. I'm in Gryffindor. Gryffindor, my Patronus is an otter. I was actually hoping to be sorted into Slytherin and feel a kinship with Harry, though. Azkaban is my fave. Think I have USA on my Roku. Let me see if I can find Harry Potter. Let me know if you find it. France won. They had a lot of black players. They won the World Cup. I wanted the man who played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings to be serious. A lot of people get, like, the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter actors, like, they want them. You know what goes good with Jack Daniels? Weed and Pop-Tarts. Hi, Wilbur. Children of Men is like a prophecy. Saw Children of Men when I was younger. Didn't understand a lot of it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. It's a great movie. But not only is it just a great movie in terms of like the plot, but like it's so well shot. It's so well shot. Like the cinematography and the direction is just out of this world. Hi, Acrylic Rose. Took the test a second time, got in a Slytherin. Oh, Ebony, you were talking about the first purge with a white coworker. How did that go? I could put it on, Queen. I have it queued up. I could put it on. Dolores was a terrific villain. She made me bite in my snacks so hard. I could put it on. It's just, I don't know, people voted for Harry Potter. And I'm not turning it off. And sometimes I do break the rules. You guys remember I broke the rules for John Wick. Because I was like, I just feel like watching John Wick. Like, I'm just in the mood for some good old-fashioned violence. Hi, Monica. Hi, whoa, it's Monica. You want to stroke my afro? You're hilarious. Watched the first half of Harry Potter yesterday. Oh, I see Monica voted for Harry too. The computer has been dead for 3 months. I had to finesse my phone. Somebody brought up orangutans. I really love orangutans, but I feel that's a very intense Patronus to be sorted into. Like, sometimes they need to explain why. Speaking of orangutans, you know what else I was watching yesterday? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I feel like that trilogy is an underrated trilogy. Like, those new Planet of the Apes movies are pretty fucking good. Hi, Jaren. Three games that can make you lose friends: Spades, Monopoly, and Uno. And Sorry. You guys ever played the game Sorry? Yeah, I like Avatar: The Last Airbender. They used to be my shit. Spades is a card game. I learned when I was like 4. My kid is 6. I've been teaching him how to play spades. The Wayans brothers don't get the credit they deserve. The first couple scary movies are the best thanks to them. Then Hollywood stole that shit from them. And then that shit became like a whole genre. Like that whole spoof shit. I don't remember seeing one of those type of movies before Don't Be a Menace. Because that was like a spoof movie too. And then that became like a whole thing. That's like their shit that they made up. Or am I tripping? Tonk is not the same as Spades. Doesn't everyone like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Oh, is Tim here? Did I skip Tim? If I skipped you, hi Tim. Hi Sketchnificent. Now they like sitting in the house talking. Harry and his anger problem. He always trying to be included. Harry Potter is the definition of stay out of grown folks' business. When people be like, stay out of grown folks' business, that's Harry Potter. Like, stay out of grown folks' business, Harry. Water tribe all day, blood bending gang. What happened, Monica? You said you got dumped. Dolores symbolizes the evil of bureaucracy and white women in positions of power that the patriarchy puts in place for additional viciousness. That is a great analysis, Roxanne. Water bending is the best. Did you just reference blood bending from Avatar? You're more badass than I thought. I love Avatar. The costume designer purposely dressed her in pinks to accentuate her passive aggressiveness. At the end, the way she dressed was described as an aggressive shade of fuchsia. Very aggressive. And she was used to do this little thing like, I'm like, bitch, stop clearing your throat, bitch. Earth has metal, lava bending, fire has lightning, but don't fuck with water benders. That blood bending shit and her fucking controlling people and controlling rats and shit. I still lay in bed at night sometimes to think about that shit. Like, that was some wild shit. Hi, squirrels in my Kool-Aid. Slytherins usually marry Ravenclaws. Just took the Pottermore test. Guess who's a Slytherin? Me. Woo, Tommy, you one of us. Hi, Desi. Hi, Mulatto. Oh, how was Puerto Rico? Hi, Kill Will. I see you. Slytherins are true survivors. Prisoner of Azkaban was my shit. Waterbending can make ice. You can heal. You can make steam. You can control blood. It's the best choice. My username is from Pacific Rim. Earthbending. I mean, earthbending is cool. I mean, lava bending would definitely count under earthbending, right? That would be earthbending. Children of Men was great. Firebending is life. There's no better ability to have out of those available. R.I.P. Snape. And R.I.P. Alan Rickman, too, in real life. I don't want shame to play second fiddle to no hairless Potter. Okay, next week then. Lord on Dirty Shame next week. If you guys want, we could do a double feature. We could do Lord on Dirty Shame, and then we could do I'm Gonna Get You Sucker next week. Some good old-fashioned violence. What happened, Monica? I hated Harry with Jenny. Even Joe regretted it. I kind of wish Harry had ended up with fucking Cho. I think that would have made a little bit more sense. And I know that, like, Ginny and Neville Longbottom were also, like, very good friends. And then that just, like, didn't go anywhere. But I like Neville with Luna. I feel like that makes sense. I, like, read some fucking fan fiction where they were, like, how Neville takes Luna to go see his parents at the insane asylum, basically. But, you know, Luna is, like, not living here on Earth. So she, like, understands everything his parents try to say. I was like, you know, headcanon accepted. Gryffindor is bravery, Slytherin is ambition, Ravenclaw is brains, Hufflepuff is hard work. It's not absolute, though. Hermione is a Gryffindor, and she shits on Ravenclaw when it comes to brains. Right, Neville is also a Gryffindor, and I feel like Neville would have done well in Hufflepuff also. The second one was the best. The second what, Harry Potter? Those black cards definitely in friendship. She's talking about Uno? I'm always... Oh, y'all talking about Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. I love those movies. The second one was the best. I'm always rooting for the humans to die. Yo, I was sitting in Planet of the Apes movies, watching them in the theater, like, yeah, kill all those humans. Kill them all. Kill them all. My Patronus is a heron. I felt hurt. Humans are such assholes. Ha! I ate the whole donut already. Sorry, Sketchnificent. If I'm not mistaken, in Children of Men, the scene where they're in the car was shot in one long take. Yup, it was. No cuts. One long continuous take. Brilliant direction. And brilliant, just like brilliant filmmaking. Like, that's like a prime example of like film, like great filmmaking. Mel Brooks did the Spoofs, Princess Bride, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, etc. Airplane and Spaceballs were spoofs, I think. But some people also say the Wayans started that spoof stuff. I think you're right. Can't recall a spoof movie before Don't Be a Menace. Hi, Tim. There you are. I see you. I see you. Marlon and Sean talked about how Warner Brothers stole the last scary movie from them. Dolores Umbridge is every politician ever. This part was so funny where fucking Harry is taking Ron's dad to the Ministry of Magic, but he's like taking him on the train. And he's like so confused, like, how does this shit work? It's amazing. He's like, Muggles are so smart. They figure out how to do everything without magic. I read this other fucking fan fiction that was like hilarious, more headcanons, where they were like that since Harry Potter was raised in the Muggle world, that Joe should have had him like, can you like imagine him like solving all these problems using like Muggle shit? Like in fucking Goblet of Fire, they had the fucking test where you had to like go in the lake and be in the lake for an hour. They were like, imagine if Harry just like showed up with like some scuba gear on with like an oxygen tank. Like, yeah, bitches, like Muggles. Muggles, what's your little magic gonna do now? Oh, somebody did super chat. Thank you, Michael. I see you. Muggle magic, bitch. It's called an oxygen tank. It's gonna allow me to breathe underwater for as long as I need to. Meanwhile, y'all gonna be over here fucking turning your heads into sharks and shit. It was pretty fucking funny. I'm giggling thinking of you reading Harry Potter fanfic. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, that shit was funny. They were like, imagine if Harry showed up in like full fucking scuba gear because they had to go swim in the lake. I was like, you know, I mean, that would have been smart. It wouldn't have been against the rules. I think Harry Potter has the most fan fiction. The realm could be used for so much more creativity, especially since it's one of the few fantasy series to reach this kind of popularity. Those Twilight fans like the fan fiction though. 50 Shades of Grey is fan fiction. That shit started out as like fan fiction. Like, the Twilight fans go hard with the motherfucking fan fiction. Like, really hard. Harry Potter is terrible. Never give a spoiled teenager magic. I'm watching Order of the Phoenix right now on USA. Airbending is underrated. The ability to fly is a dream. Hi, Marcus. I see you. I love Avatar and water bloodbending. My family always yelled at me like, this is a grown folks game when I asked to teach me spades, and I turned 18, and they were like, how you can't play spades? I was supposed to magically learn, I guess. You were supposed to hit puberty, and then, like, your Negro genes were just supposed to kick in, and you were just supposed to automatically know how to play. And I see you. I want a clever YouTube name. You can only fly if you sever all your connections. Not gonna lie, the Red Lotus was with the best set of villains I ever seen. The bloodbending was lit, but the lightning thunder shit was crazy. I think lava is fire, so that would count as like fire bending. Lightning bending, lava bending. Puerto Rico was amazing. It was a spiritual experience. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Justin. What is the McClure drama? No, I don't know what that is. What is that? Somebody else said lava is just liquefied rock, so yeah, that would be considered earthbending. Earth, you're surrounded by it no matter where you go. You go to another planet and still earthbend, but some planets don't have oxygen. You think the bloodbending was freaky in The Last Airbender? Watch The Legend of Korra. The antagonist of the first arc didn't need the moon to do it. He could use that shit to kill people's bending. Yeah, I never saw Legend of Korra. Alright, so we'll do the double feature next week. Yeah, this is anime talk, queen. This is anime talk. Bloodbending. This is anime talk. Yeah, Cho just kind of got phased out after Cedric died. Neville and Luna made the most sense out of any couple in HP. Joe writes good friendships, but I think she kind of sucks when it comes to romance. I mean, and I also kind of felt like these are kids. Why did any of them have to end up with anybody? But you guys already know how I feel about that. Next week we could do Lowdown Dirty Shame and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. We'll do double feature. And then the week after that we could do Bad Boys too. Luna's definitely a Pisces. I do read fanfic, yes. Yo, the Minister of Magic was a bitch. Every time I see this part, I think of that fucking gif that people post all the time where Dumbledore doing like, because that's from this movie. They're about to show it. Wow. Legend of Korra wasn't fucking around. Oh, I see what you said, Chatty J. Seems like more and more people are being called out by AAs. It isn't being received well. The comment sections show the animosity. Spaceballs was pretty great. I watched that so many times as a kid. Queen! I was already late. You thought I wasn't even going to do it. I was already late. We'll just do it next week. And I'll be on time. I won't lose my phone. Like, we'll have plenty of time. Muggles rule. Muggles went to space. What you wizard bitches got? I think the Wayans brothers were the only ones that could do the spoof genre, as well as Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks did Men in Tights, and that was my shit. First time I saw Dave Chappelle. Hi. Yeah, I'm watching Order of the Phoenix on USA. I was late. It wasn't my fault though. Twilight is my shit. I naively thought relations, like diaspora relations, would get better after Black Panther, but it just went left from there. I want a fanfic where they explore a black Hogwarts or perhaps a magical school in Africa. There's this fanfiction site where they have some stuff like that. I just can't think of the name of it right now. What the fuck is the name of that site? The theme of the site is like red and white. 50 Shades is my shit also, lol. The Twilight fans are trash. Twilight in and of itself is fanfiction as well. I read a lot of fanfic, no shame. Yeah, I mean, Joe has said that, like, even in terms of, like, canon, she said she's fine with people, like, in terms of, like, canon, Hermione doesn't have a race. So she was like, I don't even understand why people are trying to, like, say that she is or isn't. Like, she could be anything. He was like, she was like, in terms of canon, she doesn't have a race. So I'm fine with it. I swear whenever they have Harry Potter marathons, I fall asleep on Order of the Phoenix and Goblet of Fire. Ha! You guys are silly. Airbending is tops. Aang's granddaughter Janora can astral project with it. My sister likes the Twilight books, so I tried to read them, but honestly I couldn't get through. Oh my god, no, the books are quite terrible. I don't think I got past the first two. The books are like really, 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 really bad. The movies are I feel like the Twilight movies is like a rare example where the movie is actually better than the book by a lot. A lot. Oh, Alex, right. White, mixed babies, white dad, Nigerian mom. Turns out he's racist as fuck. The McClure thing, yes. Yes, I did hear about that. I just never heard of those people before. Everybody's acting like those people are so famous, which people do a lot. Like, people hit me up, they DM me on Instagram, but they just, like, DM me, like, and they talk about things, like, as if we all know. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Or, like, as if we would all know who the McClure twins are. Like, I don't know who the fuck those little kids are. Like, I don't watch no shit like that. I don't watch any fucking interracial relationship YouTubers and shit. Like, I'm not even into that. Just once, though, I would like someone to address what flying does to skin. Nobody ever addresses that. Lava bending is definitely earth bending. There are earthbenders in the Legend of Korra who can lava bend. I see you guys talking about, like, what is the definition of AA. I'm just going to slide in and say, as you guys know, I don't care for the term African American. I prefer the term Black American. Black Americans or African Americans are the descendants of American chattel slavery. If you are not a descendant of American chattel slavery, no, you are not one of us. Somebody said, like, for example, people who are born in Nigeria but moved to the U.S. at, like, 7 and are AA, they are not AA. Number one, if you were born in Nigeria and moved here at 7, you're an immigrant. You're not African American. I feel like that's part of the problem. People think they could come here and they could just, like, become African American. Like, anybody can do it. Anybody can just put on the coat of being African American. Just put it on and take it off like a coat whenever you feel like it. Just put it on like a new pair of shoes. Like, no, you can't just move here and become one of us. No, that's not how it works. You're either a descendant of American chattel slavery or you're not. That's it. If you're not, then you're not. That's fine. Not a big deal. Oh, it's on. Cheetos. Let me go back. McClure is a famous YouTube. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. I see. Bloodbending and Legend of Korra was some shit. Hi, Clarissa. Maybe someone grows temporary feathers. You talking about people that could fly? I remember, like, in Heroes, Nathan Petrelli, Nathan could go supersonic. And I do remember thinking, like, how does that work? Like, how does he breathe and stuff, you know? Yeah, I've heard of astral projection. I used to watch Charmed. Could be a source of reassurance since I've seen you mention worrying over losing consciousness for good after human death. Oh, like maybe I could like send my consciousness out. Yeah, that's cool. Bad Boys 2 is my jam. I be woo-sign all day, every day. I be woo-sign too. I was woo-sign in my car just now when I couldn't find my phone. I hate romance in my action movies. What if wizards are real? Witches are real, just not the way they're shown in movies. What do I think about Charlemagne's situation? Him allegedly raping that young girl. I believe it. And Charlemagne has been a dick, and he's been an asshole, and he's been a coon, and he's been a disrespecter of black women. I totally believe it completely. Archive of our own, Dimitri. You know. Archive of our own. Archive of our own is the site with all the fan fiction. Archive of our own. That's it. The question is whether AA would be able to slip into Nigeria or Cameroon and fully claim a culture there. No, we would not. And people would look at us and we lost our damn minds if we attempted to. I've been reading the Magician's books, which are pretty good, but I'm upset that they don't really have any black main characters. I watched the first season of The Magicians on Sci-Fi, and I did like it, but no, there's not any black main characters. And there's like a lot of rape. Like a lot. A lot. Somebody said African Americans can't just go be African. People always want to hold a rubric against AAs to what they can and can't do. The Magicians is like Harry Potter for adults. Thought 50 Shades was supposed to be better. It's not. Hi, Bailey. Stop what? They have fanfic audiobooks too. Love me a podfic. My friend said the Chronicles of Narnia was way better as a movie. She said the book was long and boring as fuck, but she loves to read. I also have read all of the Lord of the Rings books, and I might go out on a limb and say that the movies are better as well. Even though people consider the Lord of the Rings books to be like classics, which like, fine, okay, whatever. I personally feel like the movies are better. I couldn't even get halfway through the first Twilight book. Those books were horrible. Horrible! Twilight, that movie where the cast hates the movie more than anyone else. I had never heard of those little twin girls. I hadn't either. I had no idea who the McClure twins were either. I cannot stand to watch the interracial internet dating. Eclipse was pretty good, but otherwise such a disappointment. Terrible fucking acting. Black American, yes. Also, if you could fly, you would need something to protect your eyes from wind damage. I love this whole Harry Potter mythology about the Thestrals and how you can only see them if you've seen somebody die. So that means for all these years that they thought the wagons were pulling themselves, the wagons were actually being pulled by like ghost ponies. Death spirit ponies. There go Luna right there. You're not going mad. I can see them too. Weird ass Luna. The Twilight movies are so bizarre, though, because they are hilarious, mostly unintentionally, and the soundtrack is pretty and the camera work is gorgeous. They're worth watching. I agree that they're worth watching. The soundtrack is great. The camera work is great. The direction is great. The director and the screenwriter of the first couple Twilight movies, the director's a woman and the screenwriter is a woman. And I'm standing by my statement that women write better movies than men. I'm sorry. Just like Bring It On. Like, men can't write. I'm a what is it? I'm a reverse sexist. I'm a misogynist against men. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry though. I'm not. I prefer Black American to Descendants of Slaves, DOS. I know a lot of people like DOS. I personally call myself Black American DOS. I like DACS, Descendant of American Chattel Slavery. I could just call myself Nigerian. I'm first gen, but I'm still Nigerian. Black people feel like black culture is the easiest to assimilate into. Oh, thank you. Somebody said I've taught them so much. Thank you. Society really throws anybody into our culture. If they don't fit, they put them with the blacks. How annoying. Some see African American as an ethnicity and others see it as a culture they could join for $10 down, like a gym membership. Right. Like, oh yeah, I'm from Nigeria. I moved here at the age of 7. I'm African American now. Oh. Okay. Since I'm Haitian, I'm definitely a descendant of slavery. That's why I like DACS. I like Descendant of American Chattel Slavery because that makes a clear, like, definite, like a clear delineation between American chattel slavery and the chattel slavery that went on in the West Indies, for example, because it did occur. Look, there go this bitch right here, Dolores. Pink ass bitch with her pink clothes. I had a disagreement with my professor because she asked me my ethnicity. I said Black American. She said my ethnicity is American. Your professor don't know the difference between ethnicity and nationality. Your nationality is American. Your race is black. Your ethnicity is Black American. Descendant of American chattel slavery. You're not a Black American descendant of slavery. You're not a Black American DOS. You're a Haitian DOS. I definitely think it's a country thing because if you live elsewhere and move to the UK, you'd be seen as English or British regardless. So Americans in the UK are seen as British? I find that really hard to believe. They call us American everywhere we go. It means the ministry is interfering at Hogwarts. Seems like many of those interracial dating and marriages always go sour. They get greater recognition when things go sour. Africans like to keep, I don't know, Africans like to keep things tribal. If you cannot claim a tribe, you're an outsider and a tourist. Ebony, I was like, Professor, your experience of being a white woman is different than my experience of being a Black woman. Who was my favorite character on Heroes? I liked Isaac. The druggie that could paint the future. I liked Nathan. I liked Peter. Oh, you know what? My all-time favorite character, I'm like going through the characters, duh. My all-time favorite character is Sylar. You guys know I like the villains. Sylar, fucking Clockmaker, Sylar, that's my guy. And then he became Spock in Star Trek, which is also my shit. Sylar, that's my dude. Nationality does not equal race. A lot of folks conflate the definitions. Interestingly, white people who moved to the USA have also been granted white Americanness. What do I think of the Charmed reboot? I'm not really here for it, to be honest with you. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, oh, yeah, like, Latinx women, women of color, LGBT representation. Like, great, wonderful. But no, bitch, we didn't need it. Like, why not just make a new magic show? Why is the shit called Charmed? No. It's only one Charmed, bitch. It's only one Charmed. Like, I'm not here for it. If they had called it anything else, I probably would have been on board. But I'm not here for it being a Charmed reboot. Charmed reboot for what? You know, this movie, Goblet of Fire a little bit, but also this movie was when they really started fucking around with the color palette in Harry Potter. You guys know I'm like really into the color palette of movies. The first 2 movies, really the third one, and then they kind of went back with the 4th one. The first two movies had a lot of like reds and yellows and golds, right? Like the bright, cheery, sunny colors. And then in Prisoner of Azkaban, the color palette started getting a little bit darker. And then they kind of went back a little bit in the fourth one. But then in this one, it was like more blues and greens and black and just darker colors. More contrast. They use that a lot to signify growing up, I feel. Blues and greens signify a growing up process. Why you lit the shit on fire, bitch? You a bitch. Dolores is a bitch. Pink and red don't even go together. This bitch makes me really angry. Like, it was no point in lighting the fucking paper airplane on fire. Like, you could have just gave it back to them. I'm sick of all these reboots. That's Hollywood telling us they ran out of ideas. Hero! Yatta! I love Hero. He's probably my second fave after Siler. I still say Yatta all the time. I know I've said that in video. I know y'all have seen me say that in videos before. I know y'all have probably seen me do that in Bees Bakes before, because that's my shit. Yatta! Hero was just in some other shit I watched recently, too. I love Hero. They totally fucked up Hero's fucking whole plot. And Hero had so much power. He could, like, move through the time-space continuum. And they, like, fucked that shit up. They had my man get stuck in feudal Japan. They had him fucking randomly chasing some white bitch across eternity. Like, I wasn't here for none of that shit. They should have just had him chill with his friend. I loved his friend. Him and his friend in their little cubicles. Like, fucking with time and space. They really fucked up. The first season of Heroes was so good. And even, like, after that, I mean, like, none of the rest of them were as good as the first one. But, like, the first, like, two. But, like, after that, no. They lost me. Yatta! Hi, Morissette Media. I see you. Right? They messed up Hero storyline so much. How they trying to tell Harry that he didn't see fucking Cedric Diggory die? Fucking Harry is so sarcastic. Harry is so sarcastic. This nigga just said, oh, so I guess Cedric Diggory just dropped dead of his own accord. Harry. Tone it down just a little bit, Harry. With your sarcastic ass. The worst Hero season is the one with the circus shit. Here she go right here. This bitch put about 5 scoops of sugar in the damn tea. She about to make him write with that blood quill. She about to blood bend his ass right now. That's a dark art, bitch. You need to go to Azkaban for that shit, you abusive bitch. With your kittens. I had a hard time getting past Kristen Stewart's inability to emote in Twilight, but I did enjoy her as a lesbian in The Runaways. Kristen Stewart is a lesbian. She's been in the closet for a long time. She seems a lot happier now. When Katara bloodbended and controlled the rain at the same time, I almost died. An African wants to slip into Black American culture, there's the insinuation that they have the right to. These unsaid presumptions have to be debated. I must not tell lies. The fangirl jumped out. Hi, Warren. For real, the cold truth is, first-gen continental Africans have no issue claiming Black American culture as their own, but at the same time believe they're better than Black Americans. It is what it is. I don't understand why the magicians needs to be so damn violent. Issues such as being able to breathe while flying, and I guess protection for your eyes from the wind, being able to punch through walls safe without hurting your hand if you have the strength. There it goes right there. Look at Harry's hand. I know a lot of people that are cutters that have this tattooed on them. Oh my God. Bloodbending. Every time I see this shit, that's all I think. Wouldn't that be bloodbending? Like, the bitch got a dark quill. She created this. She invented this quill. Harry's looking at her like, Bitch, you crazy. And she gonna tell him, deep down, you know you deserve to be punished. Bitch, you hate children. You want to torment them. This bitch is really a she's psychotic. I think this bitch might be scarier than Voldemort. Psycho! Harry's looking like, oh nah, I'm not doing detention with this bitch again. Oh nah. Oh nah. I said, Dimitri, I already said I didn't know who the McClures were. I had no idea who they were. I have known nothing to say about them. Okay, imagine this. You are African American, but your grandma is still in touch with her culture, so you know the language, foods, etc. You could essentially move. If you're African American, as in a descendant of American chattel slavery, that means your grandma is too. So no, you couldn't move anywhere. What are you talking about? I like the Lord of the Rings books, but my fave is The Hobbit. I love the movies for Lord of the Rings, but The Hobbit movie was a travesty. I'm still furious about it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of the Hobbit movies. I only knew about those twins because of Twitter, but that channel is boring as fuck. Says I have a bad connection. In case I'm fucking up, I see somebody else did super chat. Thank you. Those thestrals were awesome. I wish I could too, but I don't know how, Love Purple. I don't know how. It's a lot of people here from the Zaddy live stream. Oh, misandry? I'm a misandrist? Yeah, I'm a misandrist. Definitely, 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 definitely. Write it down. Misandrist, yes. Women do write better movies. I'm a misandrist and I'm also racist against white people. Women do write better movies. They tend to be more emotionally complex. I mean, I'm biased, but that's how I feel. We're all from the Zaddy live stream. The Zaddy live stream got so out of control, I feel like it was a spiritual experience. Descendants of American chattel slavery is a good term. With interracial YouTube, when there's a black partner and a white partner, the black partner is usually very obtuse. It's annoying. Someone from Nigeria is technically African American. That's why I don't like that term, African American, because we're not the same as them. I feel the same way. I feel like African American is a good term for Africans in America and their descendants. African American is not a good term for us. We're black and American. We're the descendants of American chattel slavery. I prefer that. Please call me that. And when people call me African American, I've gotten in the habit of correcting them. Please don't call me that. Native born black American. Edward should never have been able to procreate. Stephanie Meyer said that all of a vampire's body fluids are replaced by venom. She did say that. That whole series jumped the motherfucking shark as soon as they got married. I don't know what happened. To the black Brits in this chat, do y'all get it now? I'm tired of having to repeat that Africans aren't black Americans. I think the term black American should signify in itself that we're the descendants of American chattel slavery, but some folks will still need a solid definition. Filch loves her. He's a Dolores stan for life. You know, Filch been waiting to fuck up these little kids. Now he finally got a bitch that's allowing him to do it. Order the Phoenix. If you moved here as a kid and grew up here, you'd still be seen as British after a while, like if you went through the school system. Headcanon, where post-Deathly Hallows first years don't understand why all the older students keep petting the air. They didn't witness all the death and Battle of Hogwarts and can't see the Thestrals. Owen said, Africans only like associating themselves with black Americans when they could dip their foot in our culture pool, but as soon as shit gets real, they pull out real fast. Seamus grew up with Harry. Why is he being such an ass? He was really being a dick for no reason. How dare you talk about my mother like that? Nigga, you the one that brought up the stupid shit your mom said watching Fox News. It's not my fault your mom is reading that propaganda. Seamus's mom was definitely a Trump supporter. Race, ethnicity, and nationality are not interchangeable. I've seen so many black and white interracial relationships, like I want to scream. At least if y'all gonna do the interracial dating, switch the races up. Give us some variety. Aww, the fucking poor little kid. Look at the little kids crying. Dolores got like little kids carving shit in the back of their hand, like little kids. Little kids. I hate that people didn't like Ron and Hermione together either. You know how people say that like redheads are like niggas? That shit's kind of true a little bit. There was a whole lot of Hermione is too good for Ron shit happening. Ron had some very niggerific tendencies. You've got to tell Dumbledore. Like, Harry, look at your fucking hand. The woman is torturing you. If the parents knew about this, Harry, well, I didn't know. I don't have no parents. I mean, if he reported it, what would have happened? Nothing. Siler was bae. I want to watch Heroes all over again. Until Zach Quinto became a pain. I wonder why that is, though. Folks in y'all know I can't pronounce. This is heterogeneous. Folks in heterogeneous society who experience chattel slavery seem to have no problem identifying with the country that oppresses them, but with black Americans, we don't. I agree with that. That's like Barbados, right? Like, Rihanna's from Barbados. Her last name is Fenty. There's a lot of people. I will never forget reading this. There's a lot of people in Barbados that have the last name Fenty because, like, the Fenty plantation was, like, one of the largest plantations on Barbados. So, like, yes, that is chattel slavery. Like, totally. But, like, Rihanna still gets to claim Barbados. Rihanna still gets to fucking go do the West Indian parade and all this other shit. But with us, if we say, well, like, this is our, like, black American shit, it's an issue. Everything is a remake, makes me want to throw up. Why do we have to reboot everything? Like, get new creatives in, employ black women writers. There go Luna. Luna, why you don't have no shoes on? Hello, Harry Potter. Luna's so weird. A bit. I mean, the Thestrals have no skin, which is weird. I suspect Nargles are behind it. My favorite character on Heroes was Elle Bishop because she was played by Kristen Bell, aka Veronica Mars. Cool, power, fun, crazy, kind of evil, but complex and a badass. Every time I see Kristen Bell anywhere, I'd be like, look, Veronica Mars. Veronica Mars. Yatta! Why can't the others see them? They can only be seen to people who've seen death. But, however, technically, hasn't Harry already seen death because he saw his mom die when he was a baby? Maybe you have to, like, remember. Maybe you have to, like, remember the death to see the Thestrals. Like, Luna saw her mom die when she was 9. She said, yes, it was rather horrible. I do feel very sad about it sometimes. I felt like Luna was, like, really in control of her feelings. The new Charmed show should have just been called something else. They're stupid as fuck calling it Charmed. Somebody said, I hate Hollywood. I like that they introduced Luna. Harry needed some new friends. Hollywood is lazy, don't even want to make new ideas. Black American culture belongs to black Americans. Like, that's it. Hard pill to swallow. Make sure you have plenty of water. I'm black British. Like, if you claim African British, that translates in your case to Nigerian British. If someone claims Caribbean British, that doesn't mean they're the same as African. People of color has been jacked by the Rainbow Coalition, no longer using that term. I have been said, like, don't call me a motherfucking POC either. I hate that shit. POC this, POC that, POC representation. That shit don't even mean nothing. all people of color are not black. Shit's not true. Look at her. She better try to flex on Professor McGonagall, who's like, bitch, stop tormenting my students, ho. She better flex. She better really flex on her. Like, oh, you challenging the ministry. Like, bitch, the ministry got you tormenting little kids, you psychotic bitch. They played Hero. That shit pissed me off. Had him obsessing over Charlie. Ugh. Season 1 and Season 2 of Heroes was my shit. For real, like, that's what it is. It's a hard truth I had to accept and unlearn. Hard truth that I had to accept and unlearn was that I saw myself as better than black Americans, that they were lazy, not taking advantage of America, etc. Yeah, I don't understand why Heroes got so bad so fast. It spun out of control. The great thing with continental Africans or people from the islands is that there are specific languages and cultures that box in their identity so no one could just slip in. The Rainbow Coalition is in the whites, Latinos, Asians, browns, etc. Most shows lose their zest after the 3rd season. This is such a good show of gaslighting. I love how extra Harry is being and sneering. Hi, Ellie Lambert. If you're still here, I just got to see you specifically did Super Chat. Thank you so much. Ellie is zaddy. She about to bloodbend his ass right now. Quote of the year. Look at Snape. Snape in that sass. You originally applied for the Defense Against the Dark Arts position. Is that correct? Zinga said yes. She said, but you were unsuccessful. Obviously. And then Ron laughed and this nigga smacked the shit out of him. Snape secretly loved Ron and Harry. They were his favorite students because he could fuck with them all day. Bands. Folks got Zunny, Zalas. If I was Harry, I'd have wrote fuck Umbridge on that piece of paper and into my hand out of spite. Let that message sink in, bitch. And every time in class, be like, fuck you, bitch. It's at the part where she's about to fire Professor Trelawney. She's about to fire her. You shouldn't have to show your knees this time. Kristen Stewart is gay in real life, yes. I always used to think Kristen Stewart couldn't act. I mean, she can't technically. She just works in certain roles. Like Welcome to the Riley, she killed it. Not for nothing, but J.K. Rowling needs a movie about her life. Her interview with Oprah a few years back was a classic. Right, she was like a struggling single mom, waitressing, writing Harry Potter on like used napkins, all kinds of shit. Come on now, we all know that Kristen is a lesbian. There's a theory that the blood quill had magic to make the words true, like Harry really couldn't lie after that. Kristen Stewart is gay as fuck. I can't believe people don't know by now. That's no shade. Yeah. I want to like Harry Potter, but I don't want to watch all these long-ass movies. But I'm going to need to fully understand. Harry should have gotten so much therapy. There's no way in hell he's living a well-adjusted, flashback, nightmare-free life. Best thing about Twilight is the Paramore song. Hi, Just Nickel. Surrounded by kittens being blood-bended by a deranged auntie. Screenshot. Oh, why you say I'd be a fun mom? Morissette Media. That's a nice compliment. You are really a nerd, Seren. I don't mean that in a bad way. What do you... I mean, I am a nerd, but what makes you say that? Elle just dropped that stack and bounced. Oh, no, she said she's still here. A lot of black people love Paramore. I love the Lord of the Rings movies. Lord of the Rings was so good. The Hobbit movies were meh. Hi, Sheldon. TV shows also benefit greatly from having female writers. Y'all was wildin' in the Zaddy Bees big. The Zaddy live stream is one for the history books. We're watching Order of the Phoenix on USA, just Nickel, just because. I hate when people don't capitalize black. I don't like that shit either. Native Black American for me. The Zaddy Bees bake was so fun, we didn't give up. Twilight got really weird after the marriage, but at 14 I was just like, OMG sex, but in like retrospect it was low-key trash. People capitalize Asian and white, but don't capitalize black. That's not why we're watching it, Just Nickel. We were gonna watch A Lowdown Dirty Shame, but I was late. It was like a whole reasoning behind that. And my TV was on and Harry Potter was on, so we just love Harry Potter playing, and we're gonna do a double feature next week of Lowdown Dirty Shame and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Just Nickel. I will rightfully and proudly claim I started the zombie term in the chat. Black Brits are seen as better or more cultured than Black Americans, especially by white people. I personally feel like allowing Africans to label themselves as African Americans is wrong because they'll just take advantage of Black Americans. As a child of Africans, I know this for a fact. Zaddy Bees Bake was also Sock Condoms Bees Bake, I think. Yes, it was. It was. Y'all were wilding out from beginning to end during that chat. Literally, from like the beginning to the end, y'all were wilding out. I correct people too when I hear them call me African American. In order for it to be looked at as politically correct, we have to correct them. I loved Ron because the actor was adorable. Isn't Wayfair owned by Walmart? White folks definitely feel that way. Colorism for them is hair color. Hello, Eliza. I see you. DJ Khaled is like that deli owner that calls you brother but is hella fucking anti-black. I'm not saying Black Brits aren't marginalized or don't have issues in their country, but white people love anyone who's not a Black American. Oh, I see somebody got blocked. Tell me all the ways. Tell me all the ways. These Target commercials are so catchy. The Meet Me in the Middle one is too. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. That's interesting. She's almost completely reclaimed the name Fenty. They should have changed their last names. Oh, I see somebody got timed out. I don't know why, but French Montana, now that he's lost some of that weight, is kind of cute at certain angles. I also personally wanted 3 Black American sister witches, but don't call it Charmed. Right, I have all these people that when I say I'm not into this Charmed reboot, that are like, well, but it's women of color. Like we were just talking about the whole POC, WOC shit. It's women of color representation. I'm like, well, number one, like, what does non-Black person of color representation have to do with me as a Black person? Like, literally nothing. Just because they put more non-Black POC on TV and in fucking movies, that means nothing for Black people. And it really especially means nothing for Black Americans either. Like, I don't even understand that logic. Like, well, you should support it because it has women of color. Ain't none of them Black, so why should I care? I don't understand. I wanted Harry and Luna to date. I liked Luna and Neville. I felt like it made sense. This lady is a bitch. She's putting out Professor Trelawney, who's not doing anything to anybody. Veronica Mars was ahead of his time, just like Daria. Twitches are the only Black witches, right? Isn't Kat Graham a witch on one of those witch shows? Angela Bassett was a witch on American Horror Story. There were some Black witches on Charmed. I mean, like, over the years, there were a lot of Black witches on Charmed. Didn't Bianca Lawson play a witch or something on Teen Wolf? Bianca Lawson was also a slayer. Not technically a witch, but she was a slayer on Buffy. I'm trying to think of some more. The Quizmaster on Sabrina the Teenage Witch was a black witch. Dreama, Sabrina's best friend. Last year, before I got banned on Twitter, so like last October, I remember I did a thread. Of like overlooked black witches. There was like actually quite a few of them. Seamus's mom definitely watches Fox News. Luna was very mature. She was a sweetheart. Veronica Mars was my shit. Bonnie Bennett, that's Kat Graham, right? I liked Hermione and Ron. That was the only couple I supported in the actual books. And I felt like Hermione and Ron made sense. Because it's supposed to be that Hermione, out of like the golden trio, it's supposed to be that like Hermione is the smart one. She's the brains. Harry is like the brave one. AKA, he's the reckless one that will just yell out in the middle of class, "Oh, so Cedric Diggory dropped dead of his own accord, bitch." And Ron was like the heart, and he was like the pragmatic one, like, this is a bad idea. I mean, I'm gonna go along and do it anyway, but let me be the one to tell you niggas, this is a bad idea. They're calling it Charm because they want that nostalgia fan base. But they're actually doing the reverse. There are those of us that like Charm that maybe would have watched the show that are turned off because they called it Charmed. Luna was a refreshing character in the Harry Potter movies. It's weird how it is in general, like how the diaspora differs, but I guess, well, for black people in London, our parents chose to move here. That's what I'm saying. Like, if your parents are immigrants or you're the children of immigrants and your parents chose to go somewhere, that is not the same as us, the descendants of American chattel slavery. We didn't choose to be here. I love that Veronica Mars season 2 had Tessa Thompson. I hate the term POC too. POC does not equal black. POC has come to mean anyone and everyone that isn't white. That's why I refuse to use it. POC is canceled. McGonagall has always been my favorite. POC equals black erasure. Yes, he is. Got to be able to defend ourselves. I hate the POC term. I would have liked a deeper dive into the charm world, like different types of witches. A focus on the underworld would be interesting. I've never heard of a black person classify themselves as POC. The seer on Charmed. Debbie Morgan, main character. She was black. McGonagall, when she does that spell to make the statues come alive in the school and she gets all giddy. She always wanted to use that spell. People still celebrating Christmas. Bah humbug. Hollywood is getting in their own way. There are a ton of new ideas for movies, but they're coming from non-white people and require white folks to leave the driver's seat to bring to fruition. Yeah, you know they don't want that. The problem with POC was that it's very... The problem with the term POC was that it was very all lives matter to me. It was like a term to conflate the issues of different minority groups as one while ignoring the individual problems of each group. I agree, and I feel this way about fucking Asians all the time. Like East Asians and fucking South Asians benefit from anti-black racism and they fucking participate in anti-black racism. Like they be racist as fuck against black people, but then they be like, oh, POC, 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 POC representation, and that like niggas need to be on their side. And I'd be like, what? Like read about the LA riots and like the Koreans and shit. Like y'all don't even like us. Like get out of here. Heroes got hit by the writer's strike. That's true. I started rewatching the original Charm series. The Prue era was the best for me. Yeah, the writer's strike. Erasure, POC erasure. I always thought when white people call black people POCs, they're medium key trying to find a way to not say the N-word, trying to bring back the use of saying colored. Tia is the black twin. I don't claim Tamara. Ha! I don't claim that bitch either. When you look at the actual POC representation, there are rarely any blacks. POC equals Asian and white Latinx. Black people really do not call themselves a person of color. I mean, it's obvious when you look at it, it's just call us black. Dumbledore's Army. It's a blanket term that non-black POC use to imply inclusion. Hi, Richie. POC is canceled. I always like Tia more than Tamara, even in Sister Sister. I always like Tia more than Tamara, too. I want kids in theory. I am weird about bringing innocent kids into this fucked up ass world, though. Like, I feel like even, I was literally just thinking about this the other day, like the term living expenses, right? Living expenses is a fucked up ass term, right? Like, you have to pay money to live. You have to pay money to be alive. Like, you have to pay money to eat. You have to pay money to, like, have somewhere to sleep. Like, all these things cost money. So we, like, have kids. We, like, bring kids into this world. Kids that didn't ask to be here. That are going to get entered into this, like, social contract with society. Where they have to, like, suffer. And, like, use their bodies to fucking create capital. So they could pay living expenses just to be alive. Like, that's fucked up. And they didn't ask to be here. That would be a choice that I make to bring them into this fucked up ass world. This, like, wild ass situation. And that's not even, like, counting the fact that they would be black and, like, racism and, like, all that. Like, I don't know. I would love to have kids. Like, kids are cool. Like, they're great. I love kids. They're, like, my favorite kind of people. Like, I prefer to be around kids more than, like, any other type of humans, really. But, like, kids are innocent and, like, it's kind of not fair, so I really don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm not one of those types that just like, woo, yeah, kids, like, let's just have kids, like, I don't know. And, like, overpopulation is, like, a real thing, and, like, where's the earth going, and, like, what's gonna happen, and, like, I'm gonna die at some point, I'm gonna be good chilling, but, like, I've brought other people into, like, a fucked up situation, like, is that cool? Like, is that fair? I don't know. I'm a nerd and proud of it. Seren Jr., first day of school, suspended, caught telling their teacher, you do not have agency, colonizer. If I had kids, I would definitely homeschool them. I would not send them to no school. No. Look at all these black geeks and nerds in here who don't have any trouble relating to other black people. I don't capitalize any of them. Maybe it's good to capitalize all but white. I feel weird about capitalizing that one. Yeah, I don't capitalize white either. I'm always unsure what to consider myself. I was born and raised in the U.S., second generation. My grandfather's from Barbados. I have, like, a secondhand connection to the culture. I don't know, a Bayesian American. I'd call you a Bayesian American. A Bayesian American. I used to like Twilight, and I went hard for Jake, but something clicked later, and now I'm like, what was I thinking? We had no sense of shame on the Zaddy Talk. Zombie. We definitely need to do a Beast Bake meet and greet. The knee bake. I think Zaddy Sock Condom Beast Bake was my return after my hiatus. So glad I chose that day to return. I'm not gonna lie, I love Twilight. I just remember saying damn Zaddy, and then the chat went ham from there. Yeah, I used to play video games. Luna and Neville are perfect for each other. People get mad because black folks don't support everything, like, shut up. Rihanna is changing her last name. Her and I are getting married next year. Keep hope alive, Sketchnificent. Soybean says she loved Daria. When using POC, you include all. I prefer black folks simply because all do not include us. Bianca is a real life vampire. She's like 600 years old. What episodes of Charmed had black witches? Oh my god, a lot of them. There was one where the fucking the cat was the familiar. He came to life. She was black. The one where it had the whole family of fucking seers. They were like witches that could like see the future. It was like 4 of them. It was like a whole family. A lot of them. If you're into Charmed, like I'm really into Charmed. I've seen like every single episode like 500,000 times. A lot of the episodes have black witches. There, one of the later ones where they were learning about kitchen magic. The witch was black. What was the storyline of that one? For some reason, they like didn't have their powers. They like didn't have their powers because you know they used to rely on their powers a lot. I remember there was an episode where like they didn't have the powers. The powers got stripped from them, and they had to like figure out how to do like other types of magic. That one had a black witch. There was a lot of them. Isn't that how you pronounce her, Hermione? Bianca Lawson was a witch on the Vampire Diaries. And in the movie, Luna ends up with Neville. Luna and Neville being together is not in the books at all. They totally made that shit up for the movie. Bianca was Emily Bennett, Bonnie's ancestor, who was also a powerful witch. Hermione and Ron complement each other. Oh my goodness, y'all too much. I've never heard someone pronounce Hermione's name like how Serena's saying it. That's how they pronounce it in the movie. I had a lot of problems with the world building of the Vampire Diaries. I didn't watch it. Y'all getting rated R in here again. Oh, I see somebody, the Cash Money person did end up getting banned. People telling me I should be happy for that Crazy Rich Asians movie. Like, why? Please explain. I don't get people who hate Ron and Hermione together. Joe set that up from early on. By the time they kissed in book 7, it was a long time coming. Yeah, I feel like Joe changed her mind because she gave in to peer pressure of people. I feel like Joe said she changed her mind about Ron and Hermione because she gave in to the peer pressure of people saying they didn't like it. I love Neville. Neville about to discover the room of requirement. Neville is that guy. Neville also stood up to Seamus when Seamus was talking all that shit about Harry being a liar and the Daily Prophet, this and that. Neville was the one that was like, well, my grandmother says that the Daily Prophet is on that bullshit, and she canceled our subscription. Like, Neville, thank you. Neville, be a white person with sense, please. Thanks. Oh, there were black witches in True Blood also, yes. Yes, the term POC whitewashes all intersections and differences between non-white people. Hi, Hood Twins. I never saw Ugly Betty. I see some people talking about Ugly Betty. Never watched that either. Tia stayed down. Tia has always been my fave. Tamara is the evil twin. Prue was my favorite sister. I like Paige and love Piper. Phoebe was sexy as hell, but by season 3 her writing was terrible. She was very frustrating. My power of 3 is Prue, Piper, and Paige. Well, but you know, Phoebe and Prue, you know by season 3, Prue was like, well, Shannon Doherty, she was like executive producing episodes and directing episodes. And Shannon Doherty and fucking Alyssa Milano did not get along. Like, they hated each other in real life. And I also kind of feel like Alyssa Milano wanted to be the head bitch in charge on fucking Charmed. And fucking Shannon Doherty also wanted to be the head bitch in charge. And you can't have 2 fucking HBICs. Like, there can only be 1 on the show. So then Prue, like, left. And I kind of feel like that's why by season 3, Phoebe was kind of getting fucked up as a character. Because her and Prue was having beef in real life. Woo! He sent you flying, Harry. Piper is my favorite one, though. Piper just was not here for none of the bullshit in the games. Piper was just like, can we just like get this fucking magic shit and like save these innocents so like I can go home and like cook some soup and like sit with my fucking husband Leo and like chill. Like, Piper was just trying to chill all day. She's like, you bitches is trying to be out with no clothes on, like, dating, and, like, you know, that's fine, but, like, I'm just trying to be home and, like, chill with my man and my leather pants and my kids. And then, like, Piper could not catch a break. They was not trying to let her and Leo be together. Like, oh, Fred and George. Tamara doesn't know who she is, even at 40, in my opinion. She felt that if she married a white man, all her problems as a black woman would be solved. Tamara is just a misguided person. They started off with Twitches. Somebody said, was Twitches the only show or movie that had black witches? I said no. So that's why I didn't name her. That's why I didn't name Twitches. Somebody named Twitches already first. I'm not sure if I want any more children. It's tough out here with this one. Right. Children are also, like, extremely expensive. It's just, like, a lot. Tamara's husband makes her look desperate. Yes, Bayesian American works, right? Does that mean I can mark off other on forms? Yes, you better start marking off other. Mixed. That's what you should start putting. Mixed. Taylor Lautner can't act for shit, and he's not indigenous. He's a spicy white. No, we haven't done Twitches. We've never done Twitches for Beesby. Look at Filch. Filch is hilarious. I like to say foreign mayo. What is a spicy white? A spicy white is like a white person that got a little bit of color, but they still white. Like Mediterraneans or Romani. You know, Romanians. They're not like Eastern Europeans for the most part are just white. Like straight up like white people. But then you have like people from like other parts of Europe that got like a little bit more flavor to them. Like they spicy. They got a little spice. They still white, but they got a little spice, you know. They season their food a little bit. Like I said, you know, Greeks and Mediterraneans and shit, they put a little flavor on it. They still white though. They still white. They still white. People try to make it like as if they got a little flavor that they not white. No, they're still white. They just know how to eat spicy food. That's it. Reducto. That's like Jenny's little specialty right there. Why am I drinking coffee? It has a little bit of alcohol in it. We spiced it up. Raven got lost in the sauce on The View. It doesn't help that she looks like she's a member of Team Rocket. Oh my God. Hermione. Not Hermione. I think black folks are bigger geeks and nerds than people think we are because everybody knows somebody that's watched Dragon Ball Z. How can we unite black people and not divide them? Start by understanding that we're all different, but that doesn't have to be a problem. That doesn't have to mean that we are divided. We could just be all different and recognize that we're all having different sets of issues and different circumstances and discuss how do we all deal with our individual problems instead of trying to like sweep everything up under the rug and say we all black and we all the same. That's never going to work, in my opinion. That's never going to work. Ever. Ever. I feel like it should more be about we're different. How do we deal with our individual issues? How do we respect each other's differences and deal with each other's individual issues and stop ignoring each other? It's wild that maternity leave is only 3 months. I have a whole review on the last Purge movie on my channel. Is Taylor Lautner mixed or is he pulling a Jessica Alba? Oh, look at poor Cedric. Cedric, who was also fucking Edward Cullen. You'd be like Cedric, who's also Edward Cullen. Dean, who is also the nigga from How to Get Away with Fucking Murder. Dumbledore, who was also the father from fucking The King's Speech. If you jump to Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, who was also motherfucking Magneto. Elrond, the King of the Elves, who was also Agent Smith from the motherfucking Matrix. Nigga Harry standing under the mistletoe with Cho. He should have ended up with Cho. I liked him and Cho way better than fucking him and some damn Ginny Weasley. Hermione. I say Hermione too. I thought that was how you pronounced it. Hermione? Whatever. I hated when she said that stuff about Hermione and Harry in the interview. I was like, ew. So a little bit of a tan makes us automatically think white folks are 2% black. Neville is a good bug. I like the name Neville too. I know a lot of Jamaicans give their kids that name, Neville. Bianca looks great for her age. The fact that she's 700 years old and still playing teenagers was her secret. She's a vampire. I like Victor Crumb because he liked her neediness and was nice to her. To Hermione. Victor Crumb was like a prime example of like a dumb nigga that likes a smart girl. But he like respects that she's smart. Because remember she used to be like, oh, he likes to watch me study. He didn't like pressure her to like change or be different. He was just like do you. I'm gonna just like sit here and watch you study because I want to hang out with you. I was listening to some shit the other day where it was like a stand-up comedian where he was like, oh, girls always ask you when you like them, you ask them to come over and chill and you like they're playing video games and stuff. He was like, girls always ask you like, oh, why you ask me to come over here just to watch you play video games? He was like, I was like, bitch, because I like you. I want to be in your presence. Like, I don't just want to fuck you. I want to be around you. Like, let me play my game in peace. Like, I want you here. Like, he was like, girls don't understand that shit. I was like, oh. Game 101. Neville was the realest one outside of the Golden Trio. He was wilding at Hogwarts and the Deathly Hallows. Lafayette on True Blood was so brilliant on every level. I wanted more Blaze the Beanie with his fine ass. Hi, Dead Man Animations, I see you. 10 white folks walk around with their nose high up like they could pass for a POC. No, ma'am. I need my 2% back. I didn't know Shannon and Alyssa didn't get along. Yeah, they hated each other in real life. I mean, I didn't know anything about them in real life. The show was weird for me after Shannon left. Yes, they hated each other in real life. Which is funny, too, because Holly Marie Combs, Piper, she was, like, best friends with Shannon Doherty in real life. Like, Shannon Doherty was the maid of honor at her wedding. And she was also very good friends with Alyssa Milano in real life. So, in real life, just like on the show, fucking Phoebe and Prue had beef, and Piper had to be the mediator. That's how the dynamic of the show really was in real life. Because those bitches really hated each other for real. I honestly think Neville was the real prophecy child. I mean, like, that's the debate, right? Because, like, Neville and Harry were both born in July. They were both born to parents that defied the Dark Lord 3 times. Because Neville's parents were also fucking, like, Aurors or whatever. But they said that the Dark Lord is going to mark, like, he's going to mark one of them as his equal. And he put the mark on Harry. So he is really the one that, like, made the decision. It could have been Harry or Neville. He picked Harry himself and went to go kill Harry. But, it could have been Neville, too. And ultimately, Neville is the one that kills Nagini, who's the last fucking Horcrux. Like, we could get into this Harry Potter lore. Like, we could get into this Harry Potter mythology. Like, Harry Potter is my shit. We could talk about Harry Potter all day. Shannon and Alyssa came to blows. Shannon also put hands on the chick that played Kelly on 90210. Right. I think, and that's also why Shannon Doherty ended up getting put off the show, because Shannon Doherty already had a bad reputation as being a bitch that can't get along with anybody. So when Alyssa Milano basically said, it's either her or me, they let go of Shannon Doherty because Shannon Doherty already had a bad reputation. And then they brought on fucking Paige. Imagining Shannon in a fight makes me cackle. She's savage. The Shannon and Alyssa feud was infamous. Hi, Davey. I see you. Equalizer. I never even saw the first Equalizer. Wait, where are you? I never forgave Alyssa Milano for that shit. And Phoebe didn't even really have any powers. I like Tamara and 17 again, that's it. Piper was my favorite too. Are you really pregnant? You pregnant with twins, Chocolate Chunks? Well, congratulations. Don't let me, like, fuck up your... That's cool. Piper was my favorite. Woo, twins, I'm praying. I really want to watch Twitches again. It's Hermione. I'm Hermione. Hermione, like society? Like, I'm confused. How would it be pronounced like society? Wasn't Tamara the evil twin on that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Tamara is desperate. Twins, wow, congrats. Congratulations on the twins. They're not white. They were treated like shit, like the Irish. What does being treated like shit? How does being treated like shit mean you're not white? People really think that, like, black people have a monopoly on being treated bad. Like, oh, if you've been treated bad, that means you're not white. That's not how it works. Like, Italians are white. Irish are white. Them Jews, those Eastern European fucking white Jews, they're still white. Just because other white people treated them bad, I don't know. That's because white people have a fucking problem with shitting on people. Like, white people will shit on everyone, even their own kind. That doesn't magically mean they're no longer white. They are still white. They just got shitted on, too. Italians are spicy white. Tamara's hero worship of her white husband is very off-putting. Spicy whites, I'm going to call them Miracle Whip. Raven literally does look like an anime villain. Italian is not even spicy white. They just plain white. Oh, look at Nagini fucking attacking Arthur Weasley. Even though some Italians are tan, they're still spicy whites. Chocolate Chunk says she's 16 weeks and huge. That's 4 months, right? With fucking 2 little people inside of you? Like, I bet you are huge. They season their food. Italians for sure. Italians are very anti-black. Being different doesn't equal being black. Oh, I'm sorry. Being different doesn't equal being divided. I got your comments confused. You cannot equate voluntary immigrants with slaves. Look at me! Harry started getting stressed. Harry started getting stressed. French Montana and the Kardashians are spicy white. Megan Fox is a spicy white. Rita Ora is a spicy white. Mila Kunis, spicy white. Look at Snape dragging Harry by the arm. Refusing to acknowledge and understand and be considerate of differences is vital for all meaningful progress. Harry marrying Jenny was low-key messy. A twin pregnancy is exhausting, but it's 2 for the price of 1, so I'm happy about that. Mila Kunis is hella Russian or something. They have a little seasoning in their food and think they not white. They like, ooh, I know how to use salt, bitch. I'm black now. Like, no, you're not. Mila Kunis is Russian and tan, so she's partially spicy. If I have kids, I'm taking a whole year off. Jessica Alba used to tell people she was part black all the time. I remember she was mad when they said she was white. We were just talking about this because we watched Never Been Kissed last week, and she was in it, and she had like a pineapple and everything in some scenes. And I was like, I think Jessica Alba is supposed to be like their black friend, because in all of those like high school teenager movies from like the late 90s, early 2000s, they all had like a black friend. Like they all had a black homegirl. And I think in that movie, the black homegirl was supposed to be Jessica Alba. But then it like, and I remember, I said the same thing. I was like, I remember she used to tell people that she was part black. Like, her whole thing was supposed to be like black, Native American, like Hispanic. That was like her thing. Then she like did the ancestry thing, and that shit was like, bitch, you are white. Like, you are Caucasian. And she was upset. Megan Fox is just white. She, however, thinks she's part Native American. That's like that fucking Shailene Woodley white ass. But talk about some, oh, I'm 2% white, so I feel like I'm in tune with the natives in the ground and I don't wear deodorant. I'd be like, girl, shut your white ass up. The Descendants, shut up, white girl. Fred and George. Some girls look exotic and think they not regular white. A lot of Jamaicans give their kids the name Neville. Well, I mean, the British did colonize their islands. I never liked Jenny. All she did was stare at Harry and then once in a while yell at him about that one time she got in a scary situation that was her own fault. I love Sirius. Lautner gave an interview where he was talking about what he's mixed with. It was like German, Italian, Polish, yada, yada, yada. So white plus white plus white times 6 equals indigenous. They be indigenous to Europe. They be indigenous to Europe. Talk about we indigenous people. We're people of color. Cho was just using Harry as a stand-in for Cedric in the Order of the Phoenix book. That's why Harry broke it off with her. I feel like the way, yes, that's true in the book, but I feel like the way that it was depicted in the movie, because the way that it was depicted in the movie, even in fucking Goblet of Fire, the way that it was depicted was that Cho and Harry, they were like already feeling each other even before, in the movie, even before Cedric Diggory came along. But then Harry was a little bitch, and he didn't want to ask her to the Yule Ball, and Cedric got there first. Bitch, you snooze, you lose. But she really was sorry. Like, she even said, she was like, I really am sorry. Like, I would have went. Like, she would have went with him. I did like that she was Scottish, and she had this, like, heavy Scottish accent, but she's, like, Asian. I thought that was cool. Crumb was cool. I liked him. Oh, bye, Just Nickel. I'm sure I missed you saying bye, but bye again. Victor Crumb was turned on by her brain and he was cute and built. He would have been my pick. No, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I feel like, oh, Jenny never had much of a character. She just served as a plot point, which is why it's fucked up that she was slotted in at the end as Harry's girlfriend. Have any of y'all ever dated a coon? I'm kind of dating one right now and I feel kind of guilty. I have never dated a coon. Why do you feel guilty? How is that working? Now you have to tell us more. We're curious. Shannon and Alyssa came to blows right there. Y'all done got Seren started on the Harry Potter lore. The fight is how they got Shannon out of her contract. Somebody said Equalizer is lit. I need receipts on Lautner because he doesn't look just plain white, but whatever. I like Alyssa Milano. She's sweet. I just feel so angry all the time. Harry, you need therapy. Do they believe in therapy? They probably wouldn't believe in therapy in the wizarding world, right? They would probably think that's some muggle shit, right? Poor Shannon, she just likes to fight. True about Shannon and Kelly from 90210. They hated each other. Ron and Hermione already argued like a married old couple. They would have worked. The first Equalizer was good. Need to catch the second one. I don't think it's out yet. Gary Oldman is a chameleon. I swear. I think he's an alien for real. I really think that Gary Oldman's an alien. The idea of kids terrifies the crap out of me. Just a part of me walking around that I have to worry about that I also can't control. Hermione. 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 Greeks are white. Hermione. Okay. Hell, even in America, the white elites treat the poor whites terribly. Hermione. Obviously, since Joe is English, you have to say Hermione. I want to say Hermione, but y'all are saying it's Hermione. With an Englisher accent, I guess. Hermione. 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 Got it. Hermione. Hermione. You're wrong. Anglo is white. Irish were never considered white, but they're considered white now, so what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? They're white now. They're white. I mean, and they were white then, too. Somebody said, like, they were just considered Irish, which is different from Anglo, but that doesn't make them not white. That doesn't make them not white. And Harry Potter, which characters are alphas and which are betas? That's a good question. The Irish were treated horribly. They're still white. They're considered white here and now, though. Ethnic white, but still white. Class issues only, right? Like, y'all are getting, like, ethnicity and class. Like Judaism, for example, in terms of, like, Eastern Europeans, is an ethno-religious group. So they can be white, and they can also be Jewish, and they can also be targeted by Anglo-white supremacists. But that doesn't make them magically no longer white now. Like, y'all are the ones that are confused. They got shitted on because of religion. It's not the same as being shitted on because of race. Alyssa Milano was insecure. White people do things against each other all the time. Hermione. Spicy whites are also Spaniards. Mila Kunis is definitely white. Her looks have gone. This is a good question. Who would be the fucking alphas and the betas in Harry Potter? Discuss. I want to see you guys discuss that. I'm thinking about it. Basically, you pronounce Hermione the same way you already do, but without as much emphasis on the O sound. Hermione. Okay, got it. Hermione. 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 Got it. Hermione. Harry Potter needs to talk to my good friend Mary Jane. She knows how to mellow you out. Half-Blood Prince is my favorite movie in the Harry Potter franchise. Dumbledore is the strongest wizard in Harry Potter universe. It's a fact. I concur. Spaniards, meaning people from Spain. White people from Spain are white, like Penelope Cruz. I mean, Spain is in Europe, right? Spicy white means you're completely white but don't really look white. Who says a Nigerian is not black? Huh? Funny how we define white different from black. An Italian is still white, but a Nigerian is not black. Who said that's where the issue lies? We see black as ethnicity, but white as a race. I don't know what you're talking about. I completely 100% disagree, like, with that comment with every fiber of my being. Who says Nigerians are not black? What are you talking about? Right, Nigerians aren't black, huh? The fuck are you talking about? We said they're not black American, as in they're not descendants of American chattel slavery. They can't just come here and become African American. I hate that term. Or black American, or descendants of American chattel slavery. Nobody said they're not black. What are you talking about? Y'all make this shit harder than it fucking is. Y'all make this shit way harder than it has to be. No, no one said you can't just show up to America and be black. You're confused. No, we said you can't show up to America and be a black American. We're talking about black American in terms of descendant of American chattel slavery as its own ethnicity. You can't just come and be one of us. Not that you're not black. What? What are you talking about? Right, since when are Nigerians not black? What the fuck are you talking about? Sirius is my favorite Harry Potter character. His death, hands down, is my least favorite part of the book, movie, and the series as a whole. It pissed me off. Harry was this close to being happy. Oh, Joe likes to fuck with people and kill them off as soon as they about to get their happiness. She's a bitch. She don't give a fuck. I like Cho too. I couldn't stand Jenny. They made her cool at the last minute to make people want her with Harry. Thank you, Jasmine. Why are you dating a coon? Tell us more about this coon. I feel like that's deliberately missing the point. Like, whatever people identify as, whatever people feel they need to identify as, they need to be crystal clear that they benefit from white privilege. Harry was feeling Cho since his 3rd year. She was the Ravenclaw Quidditch team seeker. Yeah, like, he had been feeling her. He had been feeling her. I feel like Harry didn't like Jenny that much, but he needed a real connection to the Weasley family, especially once Ron and Hermione, I started to say it again, Hermione, got married. He would have been left out. There go Umbridge fucking with fucking Hagrid like the little bitch that she is. She's a bitch. And she about to like spray. Bitch, what you need to do is spray these ugly ass pink and purple clothes you got on and then light them on fire. We call him Scary Gary Oldman. He's so good in The Fifth Element. I also really, really liked him in the Book of Eli a lot. How did you start dating a coon? When did you find out they were coonish? He will drag you down. That self-hate will wear on you. Hermione. Hermione. Keisha Cole is not part Italian. It came out that that was not true. Hermione. Oh no. Somebody said it is Hermione. I don't know. They probably had mind healers. Poor Harry. All the adults in that movie were trash. Dumbledore was a piece of shit. He's a general. Gotta make tough choices, but still. Even white Jews are racist against blacks and people of color. People are conflating the issue. According to Wikipedia, Taylor Lautner is Austrian, Dutch, English, French, German, Irish, Swiss, and distant Native American ancestry through his mother. Distant. Her money. Just call her Hermione. Hermione. I want a dark mark tattoo. Is that fucked up? It is, right? Hermione. Look at Bellatrix. There she go. There she go. There she go. They just blew her ass out of Azkaban. There she go. Bellatrix. Gary Oldman said in an interview that because he has done so many different accents, he had to hire someone to teach him his English accent. He had to relearn it. I believe it. He's an alien. Harry is a beta. Oh, somebody else said Harry will be an alpha. Hermione is an alpha. Ron would be a beta. You know I can't say that word, Roderick. Fetishized. Fetishized. I've never watched a single Harry Potter movie. I'm a Tolkien stan. Hermione is defa alpha. Zermione. Lautner sound black, claiming distant Native American ancestry. Who's the crazy lady that tortured Hermione? Bellatrix. She fucking carved mudblood in that bitch arm with a knife. And Bellatrix liked to use knives on people. Like, even when she kills Dobby, she kills him with a knife. She throws the knife. She doesn't use magic. She just likes to torture people. Like, she doesn't even have to use magic. She likes to use knives on them. Weird shit. Hi. Keisha Cole Daddy is Virgil Hunter. Get the fuck out of here. He's not Italian. Right, I remember it came out. People were like, bitch, you a liar. Like, he's not Italian. Look, see, there go Neville parents right there. He's talking to Harry about how he's proud of them. Like, it could have been Harry or Neville. But I just think in terms of, like, the wording of the prophecy, because the wording, like, very deliberately said, like, the Dark Lord will mark him as his equal. And the Dark Lord went and put the mark on Harry. So, like, he picked Harry. He just, like, kept on ignoring Neville. And Neville ended up being the one that fucking saved everybody at the end. Harry may be the prophesized child and the chosen one, but this doesn't make him an alpha. People hear what they want to hear. This man just made up his own story. Harry isn't an alpha. He was forced to be one. I think someone said Nigerians are not black Americans. Bellatrix is an alpha. Neville is an alpha. Dude stood up to Voldemort when everyone was going to give up. You know, I think the Neville's an alpha too, because even going back to the first movie when Harry and Hermione and Ron were sneaking out to go get the fucking Sorcerer's Stone, Neville was the one that was like, listen up, niggers. You're sneaking out again. You're going to get us in trouble. We're already in last place. I'll fucking fight you, bitches. Like, Neville, what the fuck are you doing? But Neville always had heart. Like, Neville always had heart. Like, Neville was a true Gryffindor. Like, he always had heart. You know, it's always like the little nigga you know that's like always getting his ass beat. But he does always have heart. That's Neville. Harry had to grow into that responsibility. I agree. Neville is an alpha. They about to come bust up the room of requirement right now. Molly Weasley is an alpha. Neville is a late bloomer alpha. I feel like Harry is not an alpha. Without his friends, he'd be lost. Sirius Black was the greatest. Joe wanted to torture Harry. Like, he was so traumatized by the last book, he really did want to die. Who was dating a coon? Bailey said, sort of. But Bailey said only sort of. Like, Bailey, we need the backstory, sis. This part was fucked up. They tried to make it seem like Cho was a snitch. And they set it up that that's why Harry stopped fucking with her, because she was a snitch. But then it turned out that the bitch really wasn't snitching. They put the truth serum in her fucking shit and made her talk. Which Harry should have known, because Snape already put the truth serum in his face in the last movie. And said he had it. Anyways. Oh no, my battery's low. Let me see if I can plug my shit in. Hold on. Hold on. So, I don't want to unplug my, I don't want to unplug my extension cable because the fucking Wi-Fi thing is plugged in. I need a longer cable. God, everything is so irritating. I need a longer cable. I just need a longer cable. Like, I can't, like... I'm about to, like, move the iPad back. Way back. Oh, no. Why is the cable so little? Oh, my God. I'm about to knock mad shit over. Like, this cable is so short. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how short it is. It's really not, like, it's really, like, it makes no sense. I have to be, like, right up on the wall. Oh, yeah, Angry Beavers. Angry Beavers. Where? Like, I'm about to have to, like, move my whole table. Like, the fucking cord that comes with the cord that comes with the shit to charge it is so short. They do the shit on purpose. What's up with Ray Liotta's face? Sorry. Do Harry, Dumbledore, and Voldemort symbolize the Deathly Hallows? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Because Dumbledore would be the Elder Wand, Harry would be the Invisibility Cloak, and Voldemort would be the Resurrection Stone, aka the Fear of Death. Makes sense. I'll never forgive Joe for killing Fred. I haven't seen the Book of Eli. I'll put it on my list. Oh my god, it's so good. It used to be on fucking, we watched it for Beast Bait because the main character is Denzel Washington. It used to be on Netflix, but I don't know if it's still on there. It is so good. It is so good. So good. One of my favorite movies. I don't have no feelings about Essence Fest. I have no feelings. Fifth Element is a classic. They better not reboot that movie. The fact that y'all are still trying to pronounce that name is hilarious. With the British accent, it's Hermione. I'm just going to go with Hermione. I feel like that's fine. Hermione is good. It works for me. That's fine. Hermione. Bellatrix is the worst. Hermione. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Hermione. Bellatrix is a sadist. Yes, she's definitely a sadist. Damn, Book of Eli is another good one. Bellatrix and Dumbledore are my favorite characters. Helena Bonham Carter was good in that role. I mean, like, you love to hate her. Like, she's great. I love Bellatrix and her crazy ass. Unpopular opinion, I know, but she's like the Harley Quinn of witches. I mean, I don't hate her, like, as in I hate her character and I wish she wasn't in the movie or anything like that. But it's just like, there that bitch go. There she goes. She gonna kill Dobby, and Dobby was really my guy. Like, she killed him for no reason. Just being a bitch. And she killed him with a knife. Like, why would you do that? You asshole. I fucking hated Bellatrix. The best part of Deathly Hallows was when Molly killed her ass. Black American culture belongs to descendants of chattel slavery only. Yes, that's true. We as Black Americans have our own culture. Bellatrix is legit the darkest character. Fetishized. Oh, there was an ad? There was an ad? Book of Eli was such a good movie. Just, I don't know, just chit-chatting about Harry Potter. I'm at the part where Filch has taken down all the pictures because he put up, like, all this bitch's decrees. This bitch made everything illegal. She has the whole fucking Dumbledore's army, all of them, doing lines with the blood quills. This bitch made about 30 blood quills. She has them all doing these, like, blood lines. I'm sorry, I would have told my mom. I would have been like, this bitch gotta go. Like, she's sitting in Dumbledore's chair. Like, get this bitch the fuck out of here. None of them talking to Cho, because Cho's a snitch. It's not really her fault, though. She's not a real snitch. She, like, turned everybody against Cho. I see a lot of people just got blocked, like 3 people. I don't think Dementors can be killed. You just have to blast them with that fucking Patronus shit. Hermione. Hermione. The Slytherins were correct to be concerned about muggles. Humans treated witches like shit throughout history. Voldemort grew up in an orphanage during World War II. He knew how awful people were. I have a love-hate relationship with Bellatrix's character. She's a complete bitch, but she got that BDE that makes you like parts of her character. Look at the centaurs. They're bugging out in the Dark Forest. It's of importance because Harry's mother was a Muggle-born, and Voldemort still saw Harry as more strong over the pureblood. Yes, because Neville was a pureblood, yes. But I also read some theories that said that Voldemort specifically picked Harry and marked Harry as his equal because he, like, saw himself in Harry. Because, you know, Voldemort himself is not a pureblood. His mom was a witch, but his dad was immortal. He was a human. He was a Muggle. Grupp. I always like the fierce villain female characters. Always find myself rooting for them. I feel like even Voldemort was like, you need to calm down. To Bellatrix, he was. And they say that she was, like, in love with him. But, like, Voldemort can't feel love. So he used to be like, bitch, back up off me. Like, back up off me. Neville was such a Boy Scout. Neville was a Boy Scout, but he had heart. I had to move. I'm on the other side of the table. I had to move. Now. Yeah, I was mad they did Cho like that. Like, y'all know Veritaserum is a thing. You really think she would just snitch? Have a brain. I was actually upset that Snape died. That man had it rough his entire life. No happy ending for him. The Dementors are low-key my favorite creatures. I heard that J.K. Rowling made them up because of her depression. My favorite creatures, like my favorite magical creatures, I really like the Thestrals a lot. And like the whole concept of the Thestrals. How you can't see them unless you've seen death, and they like death spirits, but they're like really, really sweet and friendly, but that people find them unsettling because of like what they signify. I like the Thestrals a lot. Any comparing of Nicki Minaj to a roach is a block. Sorry, not allowed. I mean, I don't like anybody being called roaches. Oh, bye, Roderick. Look at Snape. Poor Snape. It's true. They're doing these Aquaman's lessons, and they about to, like, show a little bit of how Snape got bullied. Ray Liotta looks awful. Don't say a word against my father. White supremacy at work, short cords. How do I feel about Janet Jackson finally getting recognition from mainstream media for her accomplishments years after the Super Bowl backlash? No, I don't know. I don't feel anything about it. I don't know. I don't feel nothing about it. Black Americans don't expend energy denying that we're not racially black. There's other folks that do that, not us. So J.K. Rowling wrote all of this crazy, her mind. I know what Essence Fest is. I know what it is. I'll read it, though, because I think somebody did say, what is it? Essence Fest is a weekend of music, black culture, food, and black content for black people. I don't know. I just don't have nothing to give Essence Fest. I personally don't think that I would feel comfortable there. Look, yeah, your dad was a bully. Your dad was a bully, Harry. Your dad was a motherfucking bully. And so was fucking Lupin. And so was fucking Sirius Black. They was bullying Snape. Snape is my favorite character in all of Harry Potter. Snape is my favorite. And then probably Luna Lovegood, because I like Luna a lot. And then probably Ron. And then Neville. Bellatrix is evil. Don Cheadle and Denzel were supposed to do a whole series of movies like Devil in a Blue Dress, but Denzel really blew up. This makes me so sad. Neville should have took out Bellatrix. I mean, that would have been good revenge for him because of how she did his parents, but I respect that it was Molly Weasley. Poor Fred and George. Seren trying to pronounce words is a chat in itself. This bitch made a rule saying they have to be silent. Do y'all feel like Nicki Minaj's music hasn't evolved as she's gotten older? To me, Nicki's music has evolved. Somebody said none of these males' music has evolved and y'all don't say shit. I feel the same way. Like, Future is going to be coding crazy in a wheelchair. People going to love it. Drake just dropped the same album that he's dropped the last fucking 5 years in a row and people love it. Like, but people try to say that Nicki is old and that her music hasn't changed. I feel like it's ageism because she's a woman. Personally, that's how I feel about that. My personal opinion. I feel like there has been a push to relegate Nicki. Too many people have been coming for her recently. It took Jay-Z turning 50 and 3 kids to grow. It's not a coincidence Girls Trip came out at the same time that Essence Fest changed hands. It will not be a black event soon. They've turned Essence Fest into Ambiguous Fest. You got blocked, then unblocked to get blocked again. Nicki isn't perfect, but she gets way too much unwarranted hate. It's ridiculous. I love Nicki. She's just getting so much hate right now, but the queen will always come out on top because she has actual talent. Have we watched All About the Benjamins? Ooh, no, we haven't. And I really like that movie. That used to be my movie. All About the Benjamins. Let me screenshot that. Weasleys. I love this part. I love Molly. She was the mother figure Harry needed in his life. She claimed out of her own mouth that he was as good as her own son. She did say that. Helena Bonham Carter is a brilliant actress. People don't treat Nicki like she's a human being. It's disgusting. I hope she takes a long vacation and recovers from the stress. Voldemort was a half-blood. That's part of why he chose Harry. Right. Jay-Z is 50. Jay-Z is 46. Nicki's getting hate because she's a black woman who's been in the game for 10 plus years. The industry can only accept one female rapper on top. I also find it funny because Nicki Minaj and Beyonce are the same age and nobody would ever call Beyonce old. Ever. Try to call Beyonce old and look at what her stands say. Try to say that Beyonce is too old to be wearing fucking coochie cutters, shaking her ass on stage with no pants on and a fucking leotard and see what people say. Say, oh, Beyonce got 3 kids, she shouldn't be up on stage shaking her ass, and, like, look at what people say. They would never, ever say that about Beyonce. Ever. Never. Never. Woo! There you go. Down goes Frasier. Down goes Frasier. The Weasleys put a big-ass W up in the sky. Put your W's up! Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Put your W's up in the sky. Some people do say that about Beyonce. They just get dragged into oblivion. Right, that's not seen as something that's cool or popular to say. But it is seen as cool and popular to say that type of shit about Nicki. Even though they're the same exact age. Jay is 47. That was a fake vision, Harry. Fake vision. Nicki's getting hate because she's a black woman who's been in the game for 10 plus years. The industry can only accept one female rapper on top. I wanted her to stay away for a full year so people would miss her, but they won't respect her until she stops making music entirely. She's a multi-millionaire. I'm sure a little tough criticism will not kill her. She shall act like she's a gentle feather, never to be disturbed. Y'all act like it's fun to fucking kick people while they're down. And I don't like that. As soon as people felt like Nicki was down, they all piled on top of her. That's really how I feel. I don't like bullies. I don't bully people. I really don't. And I don't pick on easy targets either. Like, I don't pick on an easy target. Like, for example, Cardi B. I said what I had to say about Cardi, and then I never brought it up again. I'm not going to, like, keep on harping on that girl and piling on her or whatever. That's what people do. People are, like, bullies, and they're little fucking bitches. Like, they're little bitches. Like, y'all are little bitches. Like, that's how I really genuinely feel. And then you try to hide behind, a little tough criticism won't kill her. It's not but it's not even criticism, which I even said in my video. Like, y'all don't even know what criticism is. Like, it don't even be criticism. It don't even be critique. Like, y'all just be like, oh, like, I literally saw people that was just like, oh, Nicki's a bum, this and that. Like, that's not critique. That's not critique. Saying she's too old is not critique, especially when you're not going to come for people that are the same age. Nicki's 35, Drake is 34. He's been making the same music all these years. Where is all the critique talking about Drake is too old for this? Where? Since this is critique. Since this is critique. It's not critique. It's not critique. I wish you stop hiding behind that lie. Stop hiding behind that lie. Like, just admit it. You hate her and want her out the paint. I respect all of you more. Like, I can admit that I like Nicki. Everybody knows that I like Nicki. I will never pretend that I don't like her. Y'all are pretending that you're unbiased. When you hate her, just say you hate that bitch. Just be like, yeah, I hate that bitch. It's no argument. It's no argument if you just come out and be like, yeah, I fucking hate her. But all this trying to pretend like y'all are unbiased is bullshit. If it's just your opinion that you fucking hate that bitch Nicki, totally fine. Fine. Stop trying to pretend you're unbiased giving critique. You're full of shit. You're lying. Man, I miss Alan Rickman. I really like Alan Rickman too. I'm very sad that he died. It sucked. He was young too. He wasn't that old. Must be her money! Jay-Z is almost 50. The boggart she was trying to kill in Grimmauld Place took the form of her children's corpses. Harry's was included. Oh, you talking about Molly. Jay-Z is 48. A year for Nicki, a year away sounds good. No one deserves to be dragged the way she has. People have no respect. Lily Potter, Harry's mom was low-key an asshole to Snape. He should have moved on from loving her. This chat is so fast. This chat is moving fast. I'm reading and responding to old comments. I think I missed an interesting convo. Jay-Z's around the same age as my parents. Nicki's still a human being. How would you feel if thousands of people were coming for your head every day? I like that in the end, it was explained that the same spell Harry's mom used was still going through Opportunia, meaning she loved him in her own way. I also liked that Harry stayed with the Dursleys, even though the Dursleys were horrible people that treated him like shit, because there was all this talk about, like, blood magic. And, like, Harry's mom and, like, Dursley's mom were sisters, which, like, means that his dead parents, like, his dead mom, like, that blood magic was protecting him for as long as he was staying with the Dursleys. I think a lot of people, like, didn't catch that. My favorite magical creatures are Nargles. Janet needs to get her credit for the Velvet Road. Nicki also has millions of fans that provide her with a shit ton of positive feedback. It's okay to have a balance. I'd say Nicki has a fair balance. I disagree, because hating on Nicki right now for attention is hot. It's popping. Which I've said before. I've seen YouTubers that have no followers. They have 3 subscribers. Do a video talking about fuck Nicki, they hope she fucking dies, and that shit will get 50,000 fucking views. You cannot deny that it is hot right now to shit on Nicki Minaj. That's a great way to get attention right now if you want some attention. Say something mean about Nicki Minaj. Y'all are in denial, talking about this is fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Somebody left me a comment the other day that was like, there's no such thing as a Nicki hate train. There's no Nicki hate train. She's just an old thought that doesn't know how to fucking sit down. It was like there's no such thing as a Nicki hate train, followed by 3 paragraphs of hate. And it was not critique. It was not a critique on her music. It was not a critique on her rapping. It was not a critique on her skill. It was talking about how she's old. Everything was talking about how she's old, how she's an old thought. It was like she's an old thought, stripper, whore, poisoning the youth. But the very first sentence was like, there's no such thing as a Nicki hate train. I was like, y'all are fucking liars. Like, you're liars. You're liars, period. You're lying, period. You're in denial, period. You're bullying Nicki, period. Period. The end. Period. Bye, Dominique. I'm not even exaggerating. That's like literally what the fucking comment said, too. I was like, the hell? What? Jay is... Oh, no, Snape. Snape is so fucking sassy. Like, the sass, the sass, the sass, the sass. I feel like Harry was more like Snape than his own dad. A lot of the Nicki hate is bandwagon followers. I'm thinking about going to Curl Fest next year. Harry's dad and Lupin were bullies. These people just regurgitate the same fake hate. They truly don't even know why they don't like her. Which I've also said that since I moderate comments, I see all the comments. I'll see like 20 comments in a row using the exact same phrases, the exact same wording. Oh, I hate Nicki Minaj because this, and this. I'd be like, all 30 of you did not have that exact same thought. All phrased the exact same way, the exact same words. No, you read it somewhere, you heard somebody else say it, you watched a video where somebody else said it, and you're all regurgitating it. That's not even real. That's not real critique. Like, you're not going to tell me. Like, sorry, you're not going to convince me. Lupin wasn't a bully. He was worse. He was complacent to his bully-ass friends. I feel like Sirius and James were the bullies. Lupin stayed silent, but then was also nicer to Snape later. What object in the Harry Potter universe would you want? The cloak, two-way mirror, time turner, Hermione's never-ending bag, or the Marauders map? I love the Marauders map, but I was reading online, more like lore, fan fiction. They were saying that the Marauders map, it can only show people that you know. Like, for example, that's why Fred and George never saw the name Peter Pettigrew on the map, even though Peter Pettigrew was living in their house for like 12 years, which is weird. Do you guys ever think that Peter Pettigrew like turned from a rat back into a human and used to like walk around the burrow like naked and like eat out of the fridge? I always wonder, did he really stay a rat for the whole 12 years? Or did he ever like turn back? Like when they went away on vacation and they like left the fucking rat and the pets at home alone. Did he like turn back into a, did he ever like turn back into a human and like walk around? I don't know. I just always wondered. But the Marauders map has a shortcoming that it can only show people that you know. So I might want the invisibility cloak. The invisibility cloak would be fucking dope. Or the Marauders map. Either the invisibility cloak, I think, or the Marauders map is what I would want. People are sheep. They follow Vice, Breakfast Club, whatever academic says, and they make that their opinion. They always look for reasons to hate on Nicki. It's disgusting. I feel like Curl Fest has been taken over by biracial women. I went and almost all the hair ambassadors had loose curl textures. Jay-Z is 47. Snape and Lily would have ended up together if Snape hadn't become a Death Eater. He was just a kid that joined a gang to fit in. All the age stuff isn't cool. They tried to come for Nicki for unwrapping gifts. I was like, what? If only the Mortal Instruments had J.K. Rowling in charge of the story, it would have made some bomb movies. I feel like Nicki has real talent and works hard. There are artists with less talent that don't try nearly as hard, that get all the praise and all the respect and don't get called old either. Some of the hate is way beyond acceptable criticism. When people jump on calling Nicki ugly and stuff, I just can't see it. Beyonce looks good to be 36. Snape could choke. He wasted his potential as a teacher to bully the offspring of his high school crush who put him in the friend zone. Umi is not lying. That he racially slurred and who he got killed. Jay-Z is 48. I think Jay-Z is turning 48. He'll be 48 in December. Nicki Minaj is like, what, 34? Beyonce does get a lot of unreasonable hate as well. I just don't see as much hate. Now, this could just be me. I don't see as much hate about her age and the way that she dresses. Can we not bring up this white person during the chat, please? I'm not reading these comments out loud. Don't ask me what I think about it. I don't have nothing to say about it. this particular white person that y'all talking about came back. This person is never going to come back. The only reason why they coming back and their name is getting pandered around is because y'all keep bringing her stupid ass up talking about it like you just did. Like, stop fucking talking about her and she will go the fuck away. It's just weird how we would never let people write their rhymes back then. Cardi has writers, but everyone seems okay with it. Black female rappers, black female supermodels, black female comedians, limit 1 per generation only. Heaven forbid have 2. More than 2 will cause World War III. Even if Nicki and Beyonce are old, they don't look it. I think people take for granted how black people are blessed with good looks. Age slow as fuck. Being a multimillionaire doesn't mean they don't have feelings. Drake is 32. I thought he was younger, not gonna lie. Drake is, that's what I'm saying, like, Drake is in his 30s. Drake is also in his 30s making the same music. Nobody is like, and like, isn't fucking Future also like 34? Wasn't he born at 35? How old is Future? Wasn't he born in like 82 or 83? Like, but nobody's like, I think these niggas are a little too old to be making this kind of music. Nobody ever says that. Snape exposed the potions textbooks as outdated in his teens. He could have wrote new books himself, revolutionized the potions class. They don't even critique Nicki's music. Most people haven't heard shit that isn't playing on the radio. How can you give a concrete opinion? Let's give Voldemort credit for splitting his soul. I mean, that's brilliant. I do think some Horcruxes were dumb, like the diary and the locket. What do you think? Voldemort was emotional. Voldemort was very emotional. Like, his whole shit was about, like, everything that happened between his parents and feeling neglected and being raised in the orphanage, and he had to be the best. Like, he had to be that nigga, and even some of the Horcruxes that he picked were because of the ego, not because they were, like, the smartest choices. This was the best part of this movie. They're about to have the battle at the Ministry of Magic. I killed Sirius Black. I killed Sirius Black. Bitch. Bellatrix. Baby. Cardi B is such an easy target. She makes her target easy for us to come for. I feel like the opposite. I feel like you can't say nothing bad about Cardi B without people coming out of the woodworks to protect their poor little angel. Cardi B is just a dumb girl from the Bronx. She's just a stupid girl from the hood. She doesn't know any better. Cardi B is not stupid. I've been saying for years, Cardi B is very smart. She's very calculating. Like, nothing that bitch does is by mistake. She plays dumb on purpose so that people will rush out of the woodworks to defend her. She's just an ignorant girl from the Bronx. Don't talk bad about her. Of course she has to have 9 ghostwriters because she could barely read and write. What? The fuck? The fuck? Hi, True Beauty J. Thank you. Jay-Z has got 3 years older in this chat. I've seen people call Jay-Z 50, 60, like... Nicki isn't even that old and she's beautiful. I don't understand the hate. Under 50 is young to me. Criticism can be positive or negative, so why when it comes to Nicki the critics are always negative? Lily wasn't mean to Snape. Snape was a racist, whiny white boy. He was legit the shooter type. She was smart to get away from him. But Snape wasn't like that before they went away to school, because Snape and Lily used to be best friends when they were kids. They grew up together. Because Snape was also a muggle-born. It wasn't until they went to school and, like, people started picking on him. Not saying that's an excuse, because it's not. I'm just saying Snape wasn't always like that. Why did he pop Luna in the mouth like that? Grown-ass people popping little kids. Clout chasers. Lily hated James too. She only liked him later when he grew up. Snape stayed immature and joined a racist hate group that wanted to kill her and people like her. Yes, that's true. Snape was the wizard school shooter. Stupefy. Reducto. This is really like Jenny's specialty. Like, Jenny, why you just be blowing shit up all the time? Do you even really know what that spell does? Neville, like, about to grab Luna. Like, come on, bitch. Run. Run, bitch. Run. Snape is somewhere between a scorned nice guy and an incel. Okay, but didn't they do the same thing with Remy? Yes. Did anyone else notice that when Harry confronted Snape when he took over the school, when McGonagall attacked him, he deflected the attack to take out the two people next to him and dip? It's not a fair balance when they stay coming for Nicki's looks and age and have nothing to say about what's actually relevant. Her music, her words, her skills. They'd be like, Nicki is the old thought, stripper whore, poisoning the youth with a fake body and a fake ass. And then they'd be like, but that's not hate. I'm not hating. That's valid critique. Okay. People are vicious with it. She's being hated on and bullied. It's misogynoir, period. The end. The blood in Harry's aunt was keeping him safe. Wow, never thought of that. Yes. That's why Dumbledore was like, no, he needs to stay here. Because the mom died to protect Harry. That was like that magic. That was why that's why Voldemort couldn't touch Harry. And that's why when Voldemort came back, he needed Harry's blood. And that was why he wanted him living with the Dursleys. Because the blood magic was still protecting him. Because Harry's mom and Petunia were sisters. They had the same blood. I don't understand people. Why can't female rappers still rap past 30? We let male rappers do it. People need to wake up. Twitter only makes the Nicki hate worse because they all jump on the bandwagon and retweet the mess. These Dear Nicki Minaj videos on YouTube are getting out of hand. These YouTubers are giving Nicki advice about how to save her career. Like, what the hell? Nicki is doing fine. There's definitely a Nicki hate train. Cardi showed up for 5 minutes, and people are ready to toss Nicki in the trash like our old gum. It's pissing me off like she didn't hold y'all down since 2010. Must be nice to have nothing else to do but hate on Nicki. These cloud chasers are trash. Snape in those dramatic all-black robes, that would be me. Snape was wearing all black through winter, summer, all the time. Everybody was singing Rake It Up in the clubs last year. They're stupid. I think Peter stayed as a rat because he was a coward. The Secret Life of Peter Pettigrew. Just checked. Jay-Z is 48, turning 49 this year, December. Snape needs his own Origins movie like Wolverine, Logan. Chardonnay. Academics is a troll. I hate that dude. I'd want the cloak, but only if I could also get through, like, motion detectors. I think with the invisibility cloak, you could get through anywhere. I think you become, like, truly invisible. I don't think you even show on the Marauders map in the invisibility cloak. I feel like it doesn't show. These Dear Nicki Minaj videos are trash. Coming from people who only get 10K on their videos. Telling someone who gets millions of views what to do. I find that funny. People love to hate on people that they think they have permission to hate on. That was one of your points in the LMFAO video. How people don't come up with their own opinions. They just spit up what they hear and ingest. Listen, the first time that I noticed that was with Charlemagne. So when that whole Tommy Loren shit had happened and Charlemagne had Tommy Loren come on the Breakfast Club, For those of you that don't remember this, this is what, like 2 years ago? Charlemagne, Tommy Loren was like racist cracker Barbie, like racist Malibu Barbie. She used to say like the most inflammatory, racist as fuck things on Facebook. She was on a Facebook show called The Blaze. They ended up firing her because then she said that she was a feminist and she was pro-choice. And they were like, bitch, we're conservatives. Like, the fuck? But she used to say, like, but they loved her while she was, like, saying all this racist shit about black people and about how, like, all these black people getting fucking shot and killed in the streets deserved it. Like, people loved that shit. They loved it. And they made her, like, very fucking famous. So then Charlemagne had her come on The Breakfast Club. And people were like, why would you have her come on The Breakfast Club? You're legitimizing her platform. You're, like, legitimizing what she has to say about black people. She's racist as fuck. And then people were, like, calling Charlemagne a fucking coon and an Uncle Tom. And then Charlemagne was like, oh, you guys are just jealous because she's actually building something with her platform. Black and fucking Hispanic women don't know how to, like, utilize internet platforms the same way that she did, so they're just mad. He was like, and all of you guys are calling me a fucking Uncle Tom, and you don't even know what the word Uncle Tom means. And then he gave some like random made up ass definition of Uncle Tom. And I remember I had did a video on that whole situation, and I had all these people that were like Breakfast Club fans, and they were like Charlemagne the God fans, and they were all writing word for word that exact same definition that Charlemagne had said. That exact same definition of Uncle Tom. And I was like, there's no way all 75 of you believe that this is what an Uncle Tom is, that you guys are all using this exact same wording and everything. And then I went and I watched the Breakfast Club interview, and I saw that Charlemagne had like used that wording, and I was like, see, these are not your own thoughts. You guys watched the Breakfast Club interview, you heard Charlemagne say it, and so now you guys are all leaving this exact same comment with this exact same wording. But then y'all are going to be talking about no, this is just us giving our own critique. No, liars, liars, liars. You guys are liars. And I moderate comments, so I see all of them. When I see 30 people leave the same exact comment in a row, I know that they all watch the same YouTuber, or they read the same blogger, or they listen to the same podcast, because they're just regurgitating the same exact ideas. You are not giving real critique. Even if maybe you think you are, let me be the one to tell you, you're not. You're not. Siri's about to die. Like, you're not. You're participating in, like, the group think. And the group think shit is really real. Uncle Tom isn't the point. He knows we were trying to call him Master Shoeshiner. He was trying to deflect. Charlemagne went to lunch with her and had her on her show. I remember that. Glad you had a response video for that. Charlemagne wrote the book Black Privilege and Upset. That whole Tommy Loren situation was so disgusting. That's why he's getting his karma now. I agree with you. The amount of hate that I see Nicki getting is crazy. Like, you guys are just talking shit. I would want the invisibility cloak hands down, but it has to be Harry's Deathly Hallow invisibility cloak. Other invisibility cloaks are just regular cloaks with a disillusionment charm that wears off. Yes, I would want, like, the real Deathly Hallow. Jay-Z's birthday is December 4th. That's a great day. It's my birthday, too. Sean Carter was born December 4th. Will Smith will also be 50 this year. Invisibility cloak for the win. I lose everything. I would have lost that cloak somewhere. I get annoyed looking for that shit. Where the fuck is my invisibility cloak? Invisible ass shit always disappearing. Oh, you can kind of hear the music. We have to talk it over. People dragging Nicki, but she will have the last laugh. We need a kink fest now instead of a curl fest. Beyonce is in a relationship, so people already feel like she is validated to do more than a single woman. Ties into respectability politics. Yes, the amount of people that I also see talking about that they prefer Cardi because Cardi is married with a baby and Nicki Minaj is still single. Oh my god, that shit makes me so mad. Like, what? How is that a critique of Nicki's music? What does that have to do with Nicki's music? Nothing. So many people are like, Cardi B's not even 25 yet, and she's married with a kid. Meanwhile, Nicki is old and fucking single with no kid. The fuck does that have to do with their careers? Nothing. But then people will be like, I'm just making a valid critique. No, that's ageism and it's motherfucking singleism. And it's also misogynoir. I don't want to fucking hear it. Avada Kedavra. She just killed Sirius. Bitch! Harry just watched somebody else die. Cedric and now Sirius Black. Harry needs some therapy for real. These are some traumatic events. Future is 34. I dare somebody to call Cher or Celine Dion old. Future is in his 30s. What? Yes. You just said you thought Future and Drake were younger than that. They're both in their fucking 30s. Black women in their 30s is so different than black men in their 30s in the music industry. Like, y'all will shit on fucking Nicki for being old, but y'all will stand Future and Drake, who you don't even know are the same exact age as Nicki Minaj. Like, these people are all peers in the industry. These rappers have the privilege of seeming younger than they are. Voldemort was the product of rape. Yes, he was. His mom fucking gave that muggle that love potion. The people calling them old are people in their early 20s but look like they're in their 40s. Hi, Razy Crandom Girl. Yeah, we're watching HP. Tom Riddle is a savvy G. Rape by deception. Cardi's not dumb. The Cardi B strategy. Oh, here go Dumbledore. They about to have the wizard duel. This is like one of my favorite scenes in all of Harry Potter. The wizard duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort. I've watched this shit a million times. This was like the first time we see some real grown-up magic. Bellatrix was like, peace out, bitches. I'm gone. She fucking went in that flue tunnel like, bitch, I'm out of here. This was like the first time you really saw like Dumbledore against Voldemort. And Voldemort was like, oh, I'm the most powerful wizard in the world. But Dumbledore gonna beat him right here. Like, bitch, you not that powerful? Ray Fine from Made in Manhattan. Every time I watch Made in Manhattan now, I just be like, look at fucking Voldemort. Look at Voldemort. You will never be anybody but Voldemort ever again in any movie. He made a fire snake. Oh, look, look. Dumbledore made a water sphere. Look, he's drowning him. He's drowning him. Oh, I love magic. And then he pushed Harry like, back up, Harry. Then you're gonna break all the glass. This shit is cool. I can see the chat moving, but I'm watching the wizard duel. Dumbledore about to turn all the fucking broken glass into sand. Ah, Voldemort, you a bitch! Ah! You a bitch! You better get mad. Bitch, be gone. Voldemort, Dumbledore is the greatest wizard. You little whore. Sorry. Okay. Dumbledore's son, Voldemort, here. And he was an old shell of his former self. Imagine what he was like when he was young. I love the sound that the water spell makes. I'm sorry, I was probably making like a whole face. That's my scene. Voldemort in Manhattan. Every time I see that shit, I'd be like, Voldemort. I'd be like, Voldemort, stop hitting on Jennifer Lopez. Voldemort, go home. This movie's about to go off in a minute. Poor Cedric. How is Nicki even old? Even considered old? She's mad young. Remember last Be's Big, somebody was like that Nicki Minaj is like upset because she doesn't have a baby. I was like, what? I was like, Nicki Minaj is like 35 years old and she has so much money. Like, she has plenty of time to have a baby if she wanted to have a baby. What? I was like, and even still, how is that a critique? Nicki Minaj is mad because she doesn't have a baby and she's old? What is that a critique of? What is that supposed to be a critique of? This is a good part where they showed all of Harry's happy memories. Cardi B definitely knows what she's doing. That girl is smart as fuck. The Kate for Cardi voice is killing me. You know that's how they really are. Cardi B isn't dumb. She went to college and she's a grown woman. She's like 25 or 26. People treat her like a little girl. Snape represents the reason some moms hate their kids. When the father's out of the picture, the kids remind her of him. Daniel Radcliffe is in his... You're a fool, Harry Potter, and you will lose everything. I remember that used to be the part that they played in all the commercials. I watched those commercials like 100 million times before this movie came out. And now here come all the people that's about to see Voldemort. He's back! Yes, you bitch-ass nigga! He's been back! He's been back the whole movie! He's been back for 3 hours! Y'all had Dolores torturing the kids because you were in denial, you bitch! You should be fired. You should not be the Ministry of Magic anymore. Dumbledore and Potter vindicated. I like Harry Potter, but I'm not an expert on the lore. So does anybody know why big-ass creatures like dragons don't get noticed by muggles more? In the one where he blows up the aunt, is that the 4th one or the 3rd one? Whichever one where he blows up the aunt. I think that's the 3rd one. When he catches the night bus, he asked the guy, Stan Shunpike, he's like, how did the muggles not see the night bus? He's like, that the muggles just don't notice anything. They have it so, like, all the magical shit, the muggles just don't notice. Like, even when they go to 14 Grimmauld Place and they open it up, they show that the building is, like, moving and shaking. And the muggles are just sitting there watching TV, like, la la la. They're like, muggles just don't notice shit. Hi, Joanne. I was watching Harry Potter, but it's about to go off. Where's the critique? All I heard was insults. People are funny. I'm ready for Cardi B to fade out. The reason this family was so wicked was because they were living with the Horcrux. You talk about the black family? Monica's about to take a nap. People don't want to work with someone who might curse them out later on. It's a risk. People forgot about Drake's blackface debacle overnight, but they would still bash others. You right? It was explained that despite her hate for magic, Aunt Petunia still let Harry stay, fulfilling the passing of blood magic. Aunt Petunia knew and didn't tell her husband, so she did love Harry. And they also talk more in the lore when you, like, learn about shit that happened before. That, like, Harry's mom, Lily, and, like, Petunia, her sister, they used to be, like, best friends. They used to be, like, best friends. But then when it turned out that Lily had magic and that she was going to go away to school, Petunia got, like, very hurt. She felt like Lily left her all alone. And then when, like, when the parents were, like, so proud of Lily, Petunia also felt left out because she didn't have magic. They even say that she used to, like, write Hogwarts, like, every single day. She used to, like, write them letters every day, begging them to let her come to the school so that she could be with her sister. And they also say that that's also part of why Petunia, like, hates magic, because she felt like magic took her sister away from her. there's like a whole lot of like lore about like why these people are acting the way that they act by the time, why like the adults are acting the way that they act by the time like Harry comes along and like the Harry Potter story like happens. And they also talk a lot about how like Harry has like his mom's eyes and how Petunia couldn't just like put him out because she did really love her sister. They should have broken down Order of the Phoenix more. People are legit making Dear Nicki Minaj videos. That's pathetic. I listened to that damn Booed Up song. That shit was awful. Charlemagne needs to stop with the makeup. I remember that. Charlemagne and Trevor Noah fucking coons drooling over white women. Charlemagne came for Little Mama but wore kid gloves with Tommy Loren. Hi, soybeans. I'm watching Order of the Phoenix, but it's about to go off. Luna just found all her shoes. I forgot, do you choose the wand or the wand chooses you? The wand chooses you. And can any creature or mythical being use a wand? No, only wizards, humans can have a wand. Because they even say that it was even a debate over whether to give Hagrid a wand at first because he's half giant. And the giants are not allowed to have wands. Only wizards. Non-human wizards, magical creatures are not allowed to have wands. And the wand chooses the wizard. Charlemagne is a rapist who needs to be called out. I love how the last thing Sirius said to Harry was, "Nice one, James." Charlemagne is a rapist. How is he not canceled? Is the question. Was Harry immortal? Let's say Voldemort did not come back, but Harry died along the way. Do you think he would come back to life? You know, I've thought about this. I feel like Harry would be immortal because Harry had a part of Voldemort's soul inside of him, which means Harry was like a Horcrux. Harry was like the 8th Horcrux inadvertently. So I feel like that means that if Voldemort had never came back and they never destroyed him, I feel like that means that Harry would have been immortal, like, over time. I feel like that's what that means. This shit's going off. When I get to the end of the chat, I'm gonna go. Because the next movie is one of my favorite movies, and I will not be paying attention to this chat at all. Little Mama is literally hated for no reason. She's so talented. The way people treat her is vile. I agree that Nicki Minaj is getting a lot of hate for no reason. I think people should pause and formulate their own opinion while watching videos. It is sexist, and they don't do it to the men. Little Mama should be so big. Sis got mad bars. I like the song she just had out that was about the shoes, the shoe game. People are sexist and conservative as fuck. It's misogynoir. Cardi's man is still cheating on her. Also, why do we glorify marriage as if it's an achievement? You can get married to a chair. Shut the fuck up. Groupthink is contagious, and people don't realize they're giving up their identity and personality when they always agree with others. They like Barty that much because she's black adjacent. I agree. Oh, you memorizing your slam poems, Ashley? That's cool. I'm deaf buying Queen. I thought Sirius died because he fell through the curtain. I thought the curtain killed him. In the book, the curtain kills him. In the movie, she says Avada Kedavra. She hits him with the killing curse before he goes through the curtain. Isn't 2 Chainz like 45? People telling Nicki to deflate her butt is disrespectful. She could still do what she wants to her body. Wasn't Cardi saying some crazy shit about dark-skinned women? Nicki literally doesn't look any different from when she debuted. Like, what is wrong with people? 80 is old, 30s is not. I feel like the scene with Harry in Deathly Hallows where he summons his loved ones back was a missed opportunity. The duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort is my favorite scene ever. I love the way that the Half-Blood Prince opens. It opens with muggles. These are muggles in a muggle work building, and they could tell that something's wrong. Now, see, somebody asked, like, why can't the muggles see dragons and magic and shit like that? Even the way that they show during this scene, the Dementors and the fucking Death Eaters are rogue. They're going crazy. They're bugging out. They're going wild. They're destroying shit. But the muggles can't see. Like, the muggles can't see the, like, black smoke of them flying and destroying shit. The muggles only see, like, a storm. But they could tell some shit is going on. They about to fuck up this bridge. For no reason. They're mad destructive. I love the Death Eaters, though. I really want a Dark Mark tattoo. This one, Fenrir Greyback, is a werewolf. See, like, they can't see them. Like, see, they can't see them. It just seems like the bridge is malfunctioning. Look at them fucking shit up. You're a fool, Harry Potter, and you will lose everything. They're grasping at straws. They have to bring up this irrelevant and trivial ass shit because they can't say shit about Nicki Minaj's actual music and talent. Nicki had a relationship for like 15 years, much longer than Cardi's fake relationship. I read that the defense against the dark arts position was cursed. But how can a position be cursed, or how do you put a spell on a position? They say that Snape put the curse on it because he wanted that position, but he didn't get it. So he put a curse on it so that every year they had to get a new teacher. That's just what they say. Voldemort in Manhattan. I remember Charlemagne dragged Wendy to the white meat when she said she didn't know him. Let's see what Wendy does with the tea. If they're hating, you're doing something right. It will all come out in the true Hollywood story on Nicki when we are all old and gray. Cardi B sure did call all black women roaches. While I'm not necessarily a Nicki fan, it's so fucked up when people say she won't be happy until she is married with a baby. I'm sure even if Nicki was married with 3 kids, people would still find something stupid to say. Totally off subject, but Young M.A. is underrated as well. Cardi also said her child wasn't going to have good hair because her and Offset have nappy hair. Dumbledore's son Voldemort. Her and Safari were together longer than 10 years. I think Nicki and Safari were together like 12 years. Yeah, JC Burt, they were together about 12 years, I think. It's funny because dark-skinned women are Cardi's biggest fans. They really feel she's Afro-Latina. And yes, I know they exist. I just feel like she isn't one. Did they ever show Dumbledore's other huge duel? No, they haven't shown it. Well, I don't know. I think they're going to show it. The next movie that they're coming out with after Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the next movie that they're coming out with is going to be The Crimes of Grindelwald. And I think they're going to show it in The Crimes of Grindelwald. Look at Dumbledore's fucked up ass hand. I love that Dumbledore's hand is fucked up because he put the ring on. He could not resist. Like, even Dumbledore, he could not resist putting the ring on. Which Dumbledore knew. Like, Dumbledore knew he wanted power. Like, Dumbledore knew he had a little taste for power. Like, he knew. He's like, everybody thinks I'm so good and that I'm so perfect. But, like, if y'all niggas really know, like, really, I want that power, too. Like, secretly, I am also Hitler. I just keep myself in check. That's Dumbledore. Jenny from the block don't want to be a Death Eater. It's because people feel like women can only be validated by being married and having kids. Go home, Voldemort. Cedric should have been the one to kill Bellatrix. What confuses me about Cardi B fans is they say they like her being real. The minute she says something real that people don't like, it's a problem. I have never seen Naruto, but my ex used to watch it. Naruto! What happened to Voldemort's parents? I forget the backstory. His mother, Merope Gaunt, fell in love with the Muggle, Tom Riddle. She gave him a love potion. He was like rich. She was like poor as fuck. He was like rich. Were they from Godric's Hollow? He was like super rich. She was poor as fuck. I think she was like a maid in his house or something like that. She slipped a love potion in his fucking food, got him to like fake fall in love with her and marry her and get her pregnant. She thought that after he married her and got her pregnant, that if she stopped giving him the love potion, he would still love her. They could be a family. After she stopped giving him the love potion, he like came back to his senses like, bitch, I really still don't like you. He abandoned her and Tom, Voldemort. They were like super poor, and she also died. I think she died. They make it seem like she died of a broken heart after he left. Tom ended up going to the orphanage. he was very angry because of what happened. And they also say that since Merope conceived him under the love potion, that Voldemort himself is unable to love. He's unable to feel love because of the way that he was conceived. It's like a whole backstory about Voldemort and like why, like what happened. The lore, Joe could make about 20 movies of like the backstory prior to what happened in Harry Potter. The Voldemort shit, the Dumbledore Grindelwald shit, all the shit with the Aurors, like Neville's parents, Harry's parents, like the first Wizarding War, like the shit that they're making movies on right now, the Fantastic Beasts shit, that shit's not even gonna cover the first Wizarding War because it's gonna be way before. It's covering when Dumbledore was young and the Grindelwald shit, which is like even before Voldemort came to power the first time, and the first Wizarding War shit. That's even gonna be like later. It's like a lot of shit that happened before Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, obviously. Like, that's my shit. This is my shit. Look at this, more grown-up magic. The grown-up magic is so cool. Like, these little kid wizards can't do shit. Expelliarmus! Like, you can't do shit. Look at them putting this house back together. That's why you little niggas need to finish school and do your whole 7 years. You worried about fighting Voldemort. Y'all need to finish school and get your fucking full wizard powers. I love this movie. This is like my favorite one, I think. The Half-Blood Prince. Don't think I don't know why you're here, Albus. The lore is amazing. That's valid because Merope was legit a rapist. She was. She was poisoning that nigga. Getting him to fake fucking fall in love with her. Like, she fucked up her own life. She really did. I love this guy, the teacher. The teacher was great. He was perfect. Where are we? Voldemort in Manhattan. Asked about the lore. Oh yeah, what did he call the students? He had like a little nickname. Horace Slughorn. What did he call them? His little slugs or something? They have magic that makes the muggles not see it, or they suddenly become uninterested with the area. That's why Fudge got fired by the next book. Hi, Jason. Oh, is your name hard to say, Juwan? I know some Juwans in real life. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't J.K. Rowling request that all the actors be British? Wish we have that mindset in America. Foreigners got Hollywood on lock. She did request it. She said she wanted all the actors to be British. Which is funny because I got in an argument the other day with somebody. They were like, Robert Pattinson is not an English actor. I was like, bitch, yes he is. They were like, no he's not. I was like, bitch, that American accent in Twilight is fake. He's British. He was Cedric Diggory way before he was Edward Cullen, okay? You don't want to start with me and the Harry Potter facts and trivia. You don't want to start. Petunia was jealous as fuck. Who was older, Lily or Petunia? I think Petunia was older. So Voldemort's mom was a poor pureblood who imperious the Muggle boy into marrying her. And then he woke up at some point. He and his family killed her and her family, and then left Voldemort. They didn't kill her, did they? I thought she died of a broken heart. People have made compilations of Nicki praising almost every woman since when she first came out until like 2 years ago. You could literally look up Nicki praising female rapper compilations on YouTube. There's like so many of them. People be like, Nicki doesn't praise women rappers. I'd be like, you could literally go Google. You could watch 20 minutes straight of Nicki praising women rappers. Y'all have a false narrative and you run with it. And enough people repeat it that it gets said over and over. They're trying to turn it into facts. But this is the Trump alternative facts, alternative news, fake news era. where people really think if they just repeat something over and over enough times, like, it will become true. Or they believe it just because, like I said before, their favorite fucking vlogger said it, or their favorite this said it, their favorite that said it. They don't feel the need to formulate their own opinion. They just run with what somebody else said word for word and regurgitate somebody else's opinion. That shit is scary. Voldemort grew up in an orphanage. I think he tracked down his dad at some point and killed him. He did kill him. He did kill him. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think part of why they go for British actors is they have some training. Anyone and their dog can become a famous actor if they did one toothpaste commercial in the UK. I finally listened to the Boot Up remix, and I was like, this should have been the song from the beginning. Harry has his mom's eyes, except in the flippin' movie, they really couldn't find an actress to play his mom. Voldemort's father wasn't imperious, was a love potion. Right, she stopped giving it to him after having Tom, because she thought the presence of the child would make the love real, and it did not, and he left her ass. Personally, I hate the term wizard. I think all human magic users should be called witches. I'm on that charm shit. I would call myself a witch if I had magic. I mean, that's like the Quizmaster. The Quizmaster and Sabrina the Teenage Witch is called a witch. He's not called a wizard. The black guy. I still don't understand Trevor Noah. He's a mixed South African speaking on black American politics. It does not compute. This is getting back to what we were talking about earlier. How people think that any black person from anywhere can come to America and automatically be African American and be a fucking expert on what's going on here with us just because they're black. That's not how it works. Acting should be an automatic talent, not something that's taught. Just me, though. I feel like you could learn techniques, but the talent has to be God-given. They're giving all the Harry Potter movies, so Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince came on, and this is my movie. I'm waiting for the next commercial break to end the Beast Bake and cut it off, because I'm already watching it. It just came on. Jim Crow Couture, imagine if a black woman artist did that. The fact that Nicki gets more hate than blackface Drake says it all. Do you take this chair? You could get married to a chair. Harry was the 7th Horcrux. Oh, sorry, I said 8th. Sorry. Harry was the 7th Horcrux. He only made 6 willingly. The diary, locket, cup, diadem, ring, and snake. So do you guys think Harry would have been immortal? I feel like he would have been, right? Like, he would have been. The fucked up thing about the Charlemagne thing is that he was convicted on a lesser charge than rape. He took a deal. Yeah, he took a deal. His victim wanted to reopen the case, but the state of North Carolina said it will not be reopened. Hi, Diamonster. Did you get my email? I emailed you. Did you get it? I've heard it's cheaper as well to go with non-black American actors. Not gonna lie, the reason a lot of black British actors specifically go to America is there isn't anything here for them excluding theater. We keep churning out these shows about the royals in the 50s. British people can't get over the past. Since for them, white people, it was often rosy. Charlemagne pled out because his minor victim was too traumatized to testify. Yeah, I remember he pled out. He took a deal. Yeah, they're giving every single Harry Potter movie on USA. And I agree, like, I understand that for, like, black British actors, like, there's nothing for them. But at the same time, it's like, but so what? Like, that's not our fault here in the United States, and we don't have to, like, roll over and, like, take it because y'all have to come over here. What is that supposed to mean to us? Like, so we just supposed to be like, yes, please, take food out of my mouth for yourself because you have nothing where you come from. And I feel like that's where a lot of, like, the discord comes from, because that's what a lot of foreign blacks really want us to do as black Americans, as descendants of American chattel slavery, as descendants of, like, the whole reason why, like, black immigrants can even come here. Like, They want us to be like, well, fine, take this food out of my mouth. I'll starve and you can eat because where you come from, you don't have shit. So you're going to come over here and take something from me. And I'm just supposed to be like, yes, bend me over and anally rape me. It's totally fine. Like, no. And then when we say we're not fine with it, all of a sudden we're being divisive Black Americans. Like, so what is the solution? Shoe game, looking like my boo game, looking like my boo game, looking like my shoe game. That shit was catchy. Sorry. Oh, Voldemort cursed the position? I thought it was Snape. But I might actually be remembering that wrong. You're right. It might have been Voldemort. I met Lil Mama years ago. She put on lip gloss right in front of me. It was iconic. I have a bunch of tattoos. I'm super tatted up. I'm all tatted up. I've been tatted up. If Nicki had kids, people would be shitting on her for still being a rapper while in her 30s and a mother, and that she should be too mature for it is crap. Most of the Black American actors who are working graduated from Yale and Juilliard. They were from Godric's Hollow. I thought so, right. Black women always get shit. Educated, not educated, rich, poor, married, single. It's patriarchy. Her family abandoned her because she was with a muggle. You talking about Marope. Yes, how many Black actresses have gone to Juilliard, trained skills, but aren't seen the same way as UK actresses? Cough, cough, Spike Lee. People say they admire Cardi for being real, but they really mean they like how she turns up the ratchetness. I've been to Universal Studios. I've been to the fucking Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And they have like a Weasley's Wizard Wheezes there. And that shit is fucking cool, I have to say. Voldemort loves his snake. It's valid because Merope was legit a rapist. The lore of Harry Potter is amazing. I did not watch the first Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I want to catch it, but I wanted to catch it, but I never did. I'm going to watch it eventually. Our acting schools here are just as rigorous and credited because it isn't foreign with an accent. It's less valued. Y'all need to finish Wizarding School. I'm saying, aren't Hermione, Ron, and Harry Potter all Wizarding School dropouts? Do they go back to school eventually? Is that ever explained? And Neville and all of them, like, they stopped going to school after a certain point. It's rape if you give someone a love potion like that. That's rape. Bye, Bailey. I sent you the email. You didn't get it? I sent you the email. I sent you the email. I'm not a Pisces. I'm a Sag. Slug Club. That's what the fuck they were called. He had his Slug Club for students that he showed favoritism to. Respectability politics needs to go. Understand that there's layers to this view of Black British versus Black Americans. Serve those Harry Potter facts. What is the best spell in the Harry Potter movies? Mine is the torture one. Cruciatus, or it's the Imperious. Cruciatus is the torture. Cruciatus, like pain. The Imperious makes you do whatever they want. My favorite spell is Expelliarmus, personally. Because according to the lore, when you disarm somebody, their wands switch allegiances to you. Like Malfoy fucking disarm. In this movie right here, Malfoy disarms fucking Dumbledore on the astronomy tower. He hits him with Expelliarmus, and Dumbledore has the Elder Wand, so then the Elder Wand switches its allegiance to fucking Malfoy. And that is why, even after Voldemort takes the Elder Wand from fucking Dumbledore's grave, he can't get it to work for him. Because when you fucking use Expelliarmus, the wand switches to you. That's a pretty powerful fucking spell. You know how many times they've used that spell on people? Which means that they got the wands of other people that they could have fucking took and been using. I like the Confundus charm too. Fucking with people's memories. Seren, your vid on classism comes to mind. Black, British, and foreign actors are taking roles from Black American actors simply because the idea of thinking non-American is better. I'm watching Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It just came on. Jo got her wish fulfilled and denied American children from playing beloved characters. When my movie comes out, I want all American actors. Right, but if I said I want all Black Americans in Get Out, I want all Black Americans in Moonlight. Naomi Harris, who plays fucking the mom in Moonlight, is British. If I say no, I want all Black Americans, people gonna look at me with their faces scrunched up like, well, but why? That's not fair. We're all Black. It's like, well, they put all British motherfuckers in Harry Potter. Why can't I have all Americans in Moonlight, which is about Black Americans in goddamn Miami? Anyway. I did send Daya the email. I sent you the email. That's what I just said when I first saw you. I was like, I sent you the email. I did. I sent it to you the same day. AYA. I sent it July 5th. AYAANIME1@yahoo.com. Okay, I just looked it up and I was wrong. Merope did die of a broken heart. Voldemort's dad just abandoned them. Voldemort murdered his dad and the rest of his paternal family. Right, that's what I thought. I was like, he abandoned them. She died of a broken heart. Voldemort went to the orphanage, and then later on he found Tom and killed him. And then he started running his fucking shit out of the house. Acting is a combination of talent and technique. Get Out is the one. Sam Jackson was right, but people didn't want to hear what he was saying. Other parts of the diaspora expect us to roll over for them because they see us as the niggas of Black people. Bye. Bye, Awkwardly Incredible. Oh, it's buffering. It's going to go off soon. I'm just watching this movie and waiting to catch up to the chat and waiting for them to put a commercial break. I personally think Black Brits should just play Black Brits and not snatch away our roles. An example of this is Beyond the Lights. Great movie, underrated gem. I like that movie too. The accents are always noticeable and horrible, yet they get praise, even Idris. Maybe the Wizarding War was their last exam. Hermione did eventually go back to complete her education, and she became Minister of Magic, too. Roderick, that's some obnoxious professor bullshit, the Slug Club. I like Obliviate. I'd use that shit all the time. Obliviate! I like Reparo. The Patronus is my favorite spell. The memory charm is messed up. You could rewrite a person. I wish the lucky elixir potion was real. Yeah, the lucky potion was cool too. You just like do shit that feels right. I am gonna finish up soon. Daniel Kaluuya makes me side-eye. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna end it. Somebody said, what do I think is like the point of talking about the whole, oh, we're all just Black thing. The fact that I talk about like, oh, like Black Americans specifically, for example. Exactly what we're talking about right now in terms of like non-Americans that get roles. You really have to like think of it, because this is really how it is. Like, foreigners are really coming here, and that is taking mouth out of the food of a Black American. If they say, well, Black Americans are not trained, and we're not this, and we're not that, and we cost too much money, and we're too expensive, and we'd rather have Black Brits play Black Americans, like, I really don't give a fuck if it's nothing for you to do over in Great Britain. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. How about instead of coming to fucking Hollywood, how about you work on improving the situation in your country? How about instead of coming over here and saying, well, I'm African American, I could just put on African Americanness like a fucking coat. How about you work on improving shit in your own country? Why do you have to come over here and take something from me? Doesn't that seem like it would make more sense to improve the shit in your country rather than come over here and ride off what black Americans have done and fucking take from us? Doesn't that seem like it makes more sense? But then when you say that, you get called divisive and all this other shit, this, that, and the third. It's like, no, work on making shit better for fucking black people in Britain before you come over here and worry about us. How about we all talk about how we're all fucking different and start improving things for all different black people in all different corners of the world and all different corners of society, because we're all different. So we're going to try to fucking improve shit in all these different places instead of saying, well, we're all the same, so I'm just going to go fucking put on my African Americanness like a coat and take shit away from the descendants of American chattel slavery. That's fucked up. That's fucked up to me. That's fucked up to me. Right? No, it's not? I'm bugging? Interesting. Interesting how that goes. That's interesting. Daya, that was your email, right? Are you still watching before I go? I'll send you another one. Dumbledore could have killed Voldemort. I mean, if someone says to me, I could speak to snakes, this whole thing could have been avoided. The Patronus spell is pretty rad in Latin. It literally means I await a protector. I'd be robbing white people and shouting obliviate. Bye, Davy. Ring my bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Because they don't care about improving shit in their own country. They're just after the check. And on that note, we're going to leave it right at that. They don't care about improving shit in their own country. They just after a check. Even if they have to come here and take that check from black Americans. So if you're just after that check and securing the bag for yourself, even to the point where you're willing to fucking take shit away from black Americans before improving shit in your own country, then it's fuck you, bitch! I don't give a fuck if you're black. It's still fuck you. See you guys next time. Bye.